Umpire number 7, Hayden Kennedy, to get this match underway on the ABC network around Australia and also the coverage on News Radio around Australia as well. Cook gets the first tap from Monkhorst, and the first possession, it goes to McCarthy. That's Adam McCarthy. He kicks up towards half forward, but the mark is taken by Watson at centre halfback. It becomes a hand pass across the halfback line to Alan Richardson with Mark on the interchange bench. He kicks around the member side here at Collingwood off the pack. It comes to Buckley, but he lost the ball, and it's taken eventually by Adam McCarthy. Kicks the ball up towards the flank of the poor one, intercepted by Alan Richardson of Collingwood. Kicks past the Collingwood dugout. There's Big Al there. Yes, he is. He's not far away down there. I think, is it Mickey McGuire there too on a stool with Gabby Allen. So the tradition continues here at Collingwood, and there'll be a free kick, and it'll be taken by Bizzotto. Bizzotto on the wing, on the far side of Victoria Park, kicking up towards John McCarthy. Had to summon his eyes for a moment. Goes down towards Adam McCarthy. Also there is Johnson, and there'll be a ball up between the centre and half forward, with Fitzroy just marginally into attack in the early moments of the first term.
Dermy has lined up as predicted by Rod Austin. Zanotti picks him up. Paxman is on rocker. Jeff Hogger's on the bench for Fitzroy at the outset. Now from the ball up, Atkins possession. Leader in the ABC Footballer of the Year award into half forward. Two Magpies collide as they were the only two who went for the mark. Mopped up by Alan Richardson. Chips a little kick out over half back, but Fitzroy controlled possession of the footy. Three hand passes with Johnson, or Bizzotto it was. He kicks it towards full forward. Almost a Fitzroy mark, almost a free kick. Eventually a ball up as a pack forms around the footy. And it's about 35 metres out from Fitzroy's goal, as the Fitzroy man jostling for position was Jeff Bruce, who was so good last week they named the stadium after him in Canberra. At the bounce, Chris Johnson for Fitzroy knocks it. Nothing there for the Lions. Wright takes it out to the boundary and over for a throw in right forward pocket for the Roys. Promising start by Fitzroy. Rod controlling possession.
So attacking very well. Interesting moves. Curran on Atkins and Boyd on Buckley.
A boundary throw in right forward pocket at the Yarra Falls end. Fitzroy into attack from the boundary throw in. Players scrag on top of the ball, and there'll be a ball up about 20 metres out from goal in a more central position for Fitzroy. Bright sunshine at Victoria Park. It's a beaut day for football, about 14 or 15 degrees, not a breath of air, and the ball is punched away by Watson right across the half-back line. It beats Baldwin over, and also Wright for a throw-in on 50. So AFL football, round 10, around Australia, coming to you from 3LO in Melbourne. A boundary throw-in, it'll be Malloy, but it's going to be Pert in front. Up they go, Ballantyne might have got fist to it. Atkins did, knocks it towards the forward pocket, intercepted by Watson. Just scrubs the ball across the half-back line with his boot. That's all he could do. Didn't really have a target. And just got the ball on the toe of his boot and ran it out towards the boundary on the bounce for a throw-in 50 metres out from Fitzroy's goal.
They've had all the footy so far, done all the attacking. Pert backhands at 20 metres Collingwood's way, and it's collected by Russell, who runs virtually backwards, loses it. Taken by Lamb of Fitzroy. Good acceleration. Doesn't know whether to come or go. Eventually hand passes to Johnson. Oh, Fitzroy fiddling. Back to Lamb. Runs into trouble. They won't get out of this. They've lost the footy. It's under a pack now, and there'll be a ball up 40 metres out. I think Lamb should have gone for goal. He was within 40, and he was looking for someone to give it off to.
He's tried to set it up too much, and Chris Johnson the same, a little bit too clever.
No score on the board. The Roy's into attack. 3.5 minutes of the first term at Victoria Park. A ball up at centre half forward. 35 out. The ball knocked down. Who will it come to? Oh, Collingwood free kick over the shoulder, and it'll go to Curran, number 43, almost at full-back. Now kicks the ball out wide, out towards the Collingwood members area. Up goes John McCarthy, knocks it down to Bruce. Bruce's hand pass for Barker was a poor one. Wright will get there first for Collingwood. Then coming in, gets into the back of Wright. No free kick, and there'll be a boundary throw in between wing and half forward, left half forward flank, with Fitzroy still into attack here at Victoria Park as we go beyond 4 minutes. So a non-productive 4 minutes for the Roys, but they've looked pretty good so far, although the game has been scrappy. Monkhorst knocks it down, taken by Curran, had a grab, lost it. Boyd tackled him. Boyd throws himself on top of the ball, and there'll be a ball up just near the point of the square, half forward for Fitzroy.
Well, Collingwood have hardly had the footy so far, but Fitzroy haven't been able to cap off their efforts. Not too much clean possession about it, but certainly they're winning the arm wrestle in the early part. But no score on the board. At the ball up, it's Fitzroy's possession again. John McCarthy, hand pass clear of the pack to Sir Douglas, who chips it to Bruce, and he drops a sitter, taken away by 150 game at Brzezinski. Kicks to open space. Below us on the outer wing. A race for the ball, and the Lions are first there. Cummings over the top of it. Can't break away, and it's over the boundary now for a throw-in. Right on the wing. Let's check the other grounds early on. David Mackay at Waverley. Swan.
1 point lead to Fremantle, Tim, at the 4.5 minute mark. It's Fremantle 1 point, St Kilda yet to score.
Tom?
At Melbourne are 1 goal, 6 points. Sydney yet to score.
Bobby Skilton at Geelong.
Almost 5 minutes. It's Adelaide 1 goal, Geelong yet to score.
Back here at Victoria Park, a chance for Buckley on half-back. Kicks that across the half-back line, marked by Hassel. Hand pass to Watson, who's done well so far. Kicks in towards Rocker, and he's got it. 50 metres out directly in front. The first positive move up forward for the Magpies in 5 minutes and 35 seconds of play.
You'll kick this. He's kicking him on Thursday night from just there.
All right, well, the man on the mark is just inside 50. He'll kick from about 52. Here he comes. Saverio Rocker. It looks to be a good kick, but it's just offline to the right. He doesn't kick the ball sometimes very high, and it gets extra penetration. I saw him do that a couple of weeks ago at the MCG from about 60 out, put it straight through the middle. It was a similar type of kick, but that one just straying out to the right. Collingwood on the scoreboard at Victoria Park. They lead by 1-0.
And when you've played as much football with the University of Tasmania Fifths as I have, Crackers, you'll know it's one thing to do it on Thursday night, it's another to do it on Saturday afternoon.
He's better late at night.
Fitzroy bring it into play. A play on from Paxman. He kicks around half-back, and Baldwin marks on his chest. Quickly feeds off a hand pass, and the Lions control possession of the footy. It's Adam McCarthy. Kicks beautifully into half-forward and finds Barker. Deep on half-forward. He's about 75 out. He comes inboard on the left. His pass doesn't find Hawkins, who was the target. Magpies close ranks. Ball in dispute, won by Francis. Turns into trouble. Dispossessed. Collingwood free kick, though. Player held when not in possession. And it is the aforementioned Francis at centre half-back. He goes sideways to the racehorse right.
Yes, has one bounce and looks around. Could have had another couple, I'd say, but elects to kick past the Collingwood race. And the mark is taken by Brereton just down from the wing. Brereton. Well, he's been invited to play on. He was going to go short to right. He goes short, but it's intercepted by Zanotti. Takes the mark. Handball across to Boyd. Gets the hand pass across to Johnson. Johnson kicks to centre half forward. Up goes Malloy. Can't mark the ball behind the pack. It's inside 50 for Fitzroy. Kicked off the ground by Krasiska. Out towards the half-back flank. No course for our broadcaster who's up inside. Picks it up beautifully. Crackers would have taught him that one for sure. Gets the hand pass to Krasiska. Runs with the ball. Handball across to Watson. Side steps around Bruce. Watson's kick a poor one, just wide of centre. It goes up towards Aaron James, who was a mongrel kick to try and mark. Off the pack, a chance for Wild. Gets the hand pass out to Francis. Francis gives it to right, through the middle of Victoria Park. Graham Wright, 65 metres out, kicks it towards Rocker. Rocker up, back, can't mark in front of the Social Club stand. Paxman is there. Zanotti picks up the ball. There's going to be a free kick against Rocker, and it's going to Paxman, who held him over the shoulder.
There was a chance for advantage, but the umpire wasn't to know that. A hand pass Paxman to Zanotti, who kicks to the middle of Victoria Park, but straight to Watson. Elementary for Watson. Where's Holmes? He chips on and finds Buckley, who plays on, and from 4 to the centre unloads very long. Rocker is double-teamed, though. Outmanoeuvred, and Paxman takes the mark. He chips to Barker, who marks on half-back and hand passes to the running Baldwin, who loops it back over the top to Barker. Good 2-on-1. Poor kick Barker. In towards half-forward. Easy for Alan Richardson, but he's well tackled and brought down. There'll be a ball up. 60 metres from Fitzroy's goal. The only score on the board at Victoria Park, a Collingwood behind in almost 9 minutes.
We'll check the other scores in just a moment. There's the ball up on half-forward for the Royce. Knocked down by Monkhorst, straight to Atkins. Kicks up towards the goal square. The ball off the pack. Punched away by Krasiska. A chance for Bruce. Can he get a hand pass out to Johnson, who's skirting the pack, waiting for the easy ball to come out. Alan Richardson is there. The ball still on the ground. It comes out of the pack. Almost a chance for Fitzroy. The hand pass comes out to Dent. Dent now from 20 metres out has put it through. A goal to Fitzroy. And in the flurry, not sure who got the hand pass out. It might have been Brad Boyd. Anyway, it's a goal to Fitzroy and kicked by Dent. And Fitzroy have the lead at Victoria Park. They lead by 6 points to 1. Let's go around the grounds. Dave at Waverley.
Fremantle by 7 points at the 9 minute mark. It's Fremantle 1-1-7, leading St Kilda yet to score. Tommy
Hafey at the G.
Melbourne 2-1, 13 points. Sydney are yet to score.
Bobby Skilton.
9 points. It's Adelaide by 6 points. 1-1-7 to Geelong, 1 point.
Promising start by the Crows. At the ball up, possession to Collingwood as it isn't taken away cleanly though. And now Fitzroy, Bizzotto to Hawkins to Baldwin. Scrubby left foot kickers pour into half forward. Cleaned up for Collingwood by Williams. Between half back and centre he goes for Buckley. Almost a good mark. Barker coming over the top. Buckley knocks it in board. Free kick to Collingwood. A high tackle. Fitzroy are very hard at the footy. And the high tackle was on Patterson, who wants to play on. The umpire says the ball will have to come back. And the reason he got the free kick was that as that dent came very hard in the opposite direction, Curly, and got him high. But it was an encouraging sign for Fitzroy.
Yes, they're very hard at the ball. They just do get their tackling right.
Patterson sideways to Watson again. He was going to play on, but Johnson was bearing down, and at the last minute Watson realised he was coming. He chips to Hassel. Good tackle, but Hassel gets out of Baldwin's grasp. He kicks in towards full forward. Poor kick though, and marked for Fitzroy by Cummings. And the Lions look promising in the early part. Cummings goes sideways to Zanotti. Oh, Dermy arrives. Zanotti goes down, but he's okay as Derby made a very determined attempt to spoil Cracker.
Clean, too.
It was too. Good effort by Brereton. Didn't come off. Zanotti took the mark and delivers further down the field. The Lions looking good at the moment as the ball comes around up towards the half-back flank where Holmes is marked. He's slung to the ground by the other 19, Graham Wright. And he's got the mark on the half-back flank. Now he's been invited to play on. He took a step sideways, now goes straight. Kicks the ball up looking for Bruce. The spoil came from Chris Siska. Off the pack, a chance here for Lamb. Decided not to go for it. Got the ball out. It comes down towards, let me see, it's Adam McCarthy who drives the ball in towards centre half forward. Off the pack, a chance for the Roys. John McCarthy had a chance. Hassel was there. Hand pass to Firth. His hand pass to Kasiska. Good tackling by the Lions. It's going to be rewarded to Simon Atkins, who leads the ABC Footballer of the Year award at the moment with 10 votes.
But we're keeping it quiet because we want to get on him for the Brownlow.
66s to 40s during the week, Tim. We should have got on, I think, a fortnight ago. He's a wet track up. Here he is from 48 metres out directly in front, and he's put it straight through the middle. The Lions get their second, and they're having the Lions' share of this match, I can tell you. They lead 2 goals to Collingwood, 1 behind, and we've played 12 minutes in the first quarter. All venues. David at Waverley.
Still a 7-point lead to Fremantle at the 12-minute mark. It's Fremantle 1-1-7. St Kilda yet to score. Bobby.
12 minutes and it's Adelaide 2-1-13. Geelong 1 behind. Tommy.
Yes, at the 12-minute mark, Melbourne a 3-1-19. Sydney yet to score.
Demons on a roll. 3 straight wins. Once they start winning, look out for them. And look out for Fitzroy. 2 goals. Collingwood 1 behind. And it's been all the Lions in the early part. Now Cook from a short run, and the ball bounces well for him. But his knock is Collingwood's way, and the Magpies are straight into attack. Socked by Zanotti, though, to Hawkins, who gives it back to Zanotti. Good stuff by the old guard into half forward. Oh, what a fine mark by Malloy. It looked too far for him, but he just stopped it with one hand and then grabbed it in 2. He chips a pass in towards full forward. A Fitzroy free kick. 20 metres out directly in front. Bruce to line them up. Crackers, the signs aren't good. For the Magpies, that is.
I was... No, not really. Yeah, so just actually wondering how far you got to jump before you hurt yourself. But in a bit of strife at the moment. They are second to the ball on every occasion. You can't do that. They've really got to have a jump in and have a go, or Fitzroy will take this game away from them.
Bruce, directly in front. Drop punt. Close. Not a good kick. He's out to the right, and I think he's missed. It's a behind, wasted opportunity, and really the Lions have been a bit wasteful early. They're 2-1 to Collingwood, 1 behind. Curly Austin.
Yes, they've been far more aggressive, and their attacking the ball has been positive. Their skill level has picked up, and they're getting rewarded in the scoreboard at the moment.
A kick in by Ballantyne from the Yarra Falls goal. He's gone short, but it's come off okay to Watson. Must have had about 6 possessions so far. He's been Collingwood's best. 4 marks to Watson. He kicks out wide. Good pinpoint precision passing there by Watson to Buckley on the half-back flank. Comes around the Collingwood rider stand side of Victoria Park. Oh, Munkhorst got very high indeed. Craig is talking about getting up high. And he's a bit frustrated, I think, the fact he didn't take the mark after getting hands to it. But it's out of play just near the Collingwood race on the northern side of Victoria Park. We're on the southern wing here from our broadcast position. Up goes Cook, knocks it down, but straight to Patterson of Collingwood, who kicks to half forward. The ball on the bounce. Oh, Baldwin had it, but was slung off the ball when he didn't have it. At the finish, picked up by right hand, pass across to Williams. Runs inside 50 on the left boot in towards Rocker, and it hits the base of the post behind the Collingwood. off the boot of Paul Williams. Football around Australia coming to you from 3LO in Melbourne. Fitzroy 2-1-13. Collingwood 2 behinds, 2 points. Crackers a quickie.
Starting to play a little bit better, Collingwood, but they've got to get in. They've got to pick up their man, and Fitzroy playing pretty good football at the moment.
They look a pretty fair side. Paxman kicks long, straight down the middle where the Lions have 2 on 1, and Boyd third in line, judged it beautifully and took a lovely mark between half-back and centre. He kicks through the middle of the ground. Johnson up high, couldn't mark. At the back, Pert cleans up for Collingwood, but his kick is straight to Holmes, the former Swan, who takes the mark and chips to the wing where it is all Fitzroy. An easy mark taken by Cummings. Alone and unassisted, he drives into half forward. Off the pack though, Krasiska kicks back to the middle for the Magpies. Patterson marks for Collingwood. Hand pass to Monkhorst. Bit of a lone hand at the moment, the big bloke. Kicks towards Rocker. Ran under the ball on the lead though and couldn't mark. Zanotti, tower of strength in defence for the Lions. Backs himself. Rowe gets hold of him. Brings him down. Zanotti a hand pass to Paxman. Paxman to Atkins. Fitzroy out of trouble for the moment, but the kick is straight to another Tasmanian in Williams. Drives Collingwood into attack. Oh, almost a great mark. Holmes of Fitzroy. Great attempt in defence. He knocks it straight to Rowe, whose snapshot at goal is marked by Hawkins. Great stuff by the Lions.
He kicks out wide to Dent on the southern side of Victoria Park. Punches a 25-metre hand pass further down the field to Boyd. Boyd's hand pass a poor one to Atkins. Dent comes in, can't pick it up. It's picked up by Fitzroy, who get a handball out towards Baldwin. Baldwin wide of the centre. Kicks the ball in towards centre half forward for Fitzroy again, off the pack, taken by Alan Richardson, spins out of trouble, searching for someone to hand pass it to, and sees Pert on half back, and Watson, he's got the ball on a string, takes the mark on the wing, right in front of us, drives Magpies in towards half forward. It's not a particularly good kick, and an easy mark taken by Cook, who gives the hand pass after marking it to Dougie. Dougie gives it to Holmes. Holmes now on the half back, has a couple of bounces, runs out of centre half back, delivers poorly in towards the middle, but Boyd traps it well. Drives long in towards centre half forward for Fitzroy. Behind the pack, here's a chance for them. The ball comes out of the pack to John McCarthy, but he lost it to Krasiska, who gives it to Alan Richardson. He and Watson are combining beautifully. Richo goes to Watson, and Watson marks on half back.
Chip sideways to right in the corridor. Collingwood have won their last 5 against Fitzroy at Victoria Park. Kick from right finds Patterson in the middle. Gets a call from Krasiska up from half-back. He's in space. A hand pass to right. Right runs almost to 50. Kicks low and straight towards goal, but in fact it veers off direction for a minor score. Cook's limping up there for Fitzroy, which isn't a good sign. Well, Fitzroy 2-1-13 lead. Collingwood 3 behinds on the Lions. Much the better team in the first 18 minutes at Victoria Park.
Paxman gets the kick out wide where it's marked there by Adam McCarthy. He in turn gets it further down the field to a Fitzroy player who lost it. McCarthy goes back to try and redeem himself. He does. Runs away from a couple of players near the social club. Grubs the ball around that wing on the right stand side out towards the Collingwood race, and it beats Pert over for a boundary throw-in. Score check at Victoria Park. It's Fitzroy 2-1-13. Collingwood 3 behinds, 3 points. We played 18 minutes in the first term. We'll check the other venues shortly. From the throw-in, no one can take it. Taken by Boyd, though. Hand pass intercepted by Barker of Fitzroy. Barker kicks to half forward. And that man again, Watson, takes another mark on the point of the square at centre half back. Make that 7 marks to Watson so far. Hand passes to Pert. Pert kicks wide of centre. Up goes James of Collingwood. Can't mark. White is there, but he's upended. Gets the hand pass back towards James. He's tackled. Lost possession. A chance here for Baldwin. Good soccer tactics by Baldwin, knocking the ball by boot across to Dougie Hawkins. By hand gives it to Atkins. He in turn gives it further down the field, and Fitzroy go forward through Lamb with a ponytail. He goes short to Hogg. Hogg is 60 out, drives the ball in towards the forward pocket. Fitzroy mark. A Fitzroy mark by Johnson. 10 metres out, almost directly in front. Good build-up by the Roys. They're looking pretty good at the moment. In fact, only for Watson and Richardson down there, and John McCarthy not taking a couple of marks that he really probably should have nailed. They might have been further in front. Johnson has a shot for goal from 12 metres out, and he's put it through. Score check at Victoria Park. The Roys, they're roaring at the moment. They're 3-1-19 to Collingwood 3 behind, 3 points. Around the venues, David at Waverley.
Fremantle by 13 points at the 19-minute mark. It's Fremantle 3-1-19, leading St Kilda 1 goal straight, 6. Bobby.
20-minute mark, it's Adelaide by 3 points. Geelong 1-4-10, Adelaide 2-1-13. 3 points, I should say. Tommy.
Yes, well, Melbourne are actually 3-2-20 to 1 point, with Lockett about to have a shot at goal, but there's been a bit of a catastrophe. David Swartz went down at the 16-minute mark and has taken off on a stretcher. He was looking pretty good at that stage, and his knee just went from under him when he went to come back to do a turn.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Yes,
the left knee, the left, Tommy?
Well, it looked that way, and he was really looking pretty good. He'd already taken a couple of good marks, or a good mark, had a shot at goal, and in this time, you know how he runs around, he twists, turns. He came back by himself. All of a sudden, he just dropped to the ground with players at least a metre away. It was just one of those things like Matthew Richardson's last week.
Well, that's tragic. We'll await more on that, which will come to hand perhaps later in the day. Well, almost as tragic as this is for Collingwood. Fitzroy 3-1, Collingwood 3 behinds, and the Lions are banged into attack by Barker. Off a pack, Richardson for the Magpies. Forced to retreat, but now chips sideways. And Krzyzewska takes the mark. Behind the wing, a hand pass to Watson, having a huge first quarter. He loops on the left-hander to Brereton for a clean possession. Comes inside with the left-hander, Krzyzewska, who gives it sloppily to Russell. Russell to Buckley, running into trouble. Dispossessed. Ball spills into dispute again. Wright goes hard at it for Collingwood. Runs into trouble. Forced backwards. And it's behind the centre with Richardson. He chips wide to the wing. And it's a Collingwood mark to Patterson. Plays on and has a bounce. Sits it up. Where's Rocker? He's not there. And it's a Fitzroy mark to Barker. Coming over the top of Rowe and taking it comfortably in the back pocket for Fitzroy. They are spirited, they are confident, and they're talented. He kicks out over half-back, and Cummings takes the mark for the Lions.
Yes, gets the handball across to Holmes on the point of the square at half-back. Drives long up towards the Yarra Falls half-forward flank. It's off the pack. Roving at Hasselhoff. Collingwood kicks the ball out towards the rider stand. We're out there by himself is Watson again. He's taken another mark and delivers down towards Rowe. Pizzotto tries to punch the ball away, but Brad Rowe's got it about a kick and a half out from goal. The drop punt, it's a wobbly one. It's going to land about 30 out. Monkhorst is marked for Collingwood. 30 metres out directly in front. The big fella. As I think Rocker was underneath the ball with a couple of Fitzroy defenders, and the monkey was there standing firm about third or fourth in line to take the mark directly in front.
They're just bombing the ball in at the moment. There's no pattern, just long kicks into the hoping that Rocker will mark the ball.
There 3 times they've gone in and they've just whacked the ball in, and you can't win a game by doing that. The Collingwood are very lucky. The Monkhorst is down there, educated hands, but they just can't do that all the time.
The first goal coming up maybe at the 22.5-minute mark. Monkhorst from 30 out has driven it straight through. Collingwood's first goal has taken a long time to get. Fitzroy 3-1-19, Collingwood 1-3-9. Crackers.
Good mark by Monkhorst then. He's moved down to the forward line, took a big grab, but they've got to bring the ball in with more directness, and that just can't bob the ball up. Brad Rowe should have looked for an option in the forward line, just whacked it up. They're probably focusing too much on Rocker at the moment. Monkey got him going, but they know not playing well. If Watson wasn't out there and Richardson, see what happens.
Tommy, did Lockett get that goal at the MCG?
No, he's actually missed 2 shots at goal since then, or 2 altogether. They're actually 3 points, and all from reasonably easy shots. 2 of Lockett's easy shots, Lewis the other one. They still haven't kicked a goal. Melbourne are 3-2-20.
From the ball up at Victoria Park, Atkins had it. He gave it to Cummings, who was besieged, but he does well. He gets it back to Baldwin. He's dispossessed. Now Burns to right, puts Buckley in the clear. Spearing pass, not good. Poor kick in towards half-forward. And knocked back Fitzroy's way by Pizzotto. To Zanotti, back to Pizzotto. Great stuff, kick in towards the centre. Malloy an awkward half-volley. Helps it to Cummings. Kicks out Pizzotto, kicks into half-forward. John McCarthy, met front on as he tried to mark. Has crashed to the deck, he's hurt. I think he might be out to it. It's a Fitzroy free kick. The trainer's out, and they're calling for the stretcher. John McCarthy, not cold, I would say, out near the 50. And we'll have a delay here at Victoria Park, but this is a bad blow for Fitzroy.
The Magpies have made a change too. Burns is on and Ballantyne has gone off, Tim.
Let's just check David Mackay. That match at Waverley not being broadcast. Swan.
Fremantle by 14 points, Tim, at the 24-minute mark. Fremantle 3-2-20, leading St Kilda 1 straight 6.
And Bobby, we can fit you in from Cardinia Park.
Geelong by 2 points. Change it now to Adelaide by 4 points. Adelaide 3-2-20. Geelong 2-4-16.
The stretchers arrived for John McCarthy at Victoria Park. He came out to mark. Player coming in the opposite direction, trying to spoil. It looked like a A reasonable attempt to spoil, but clearly has made some contact with the head, which constitutes a free kick, of course, and it also has resulted in John McCarthy being knocked unconscious, and he's being placed on a stretcher at the moment. He really does look to be out like a light curling.
Yes, and he's been a very good play for them at times this year. I think last week he kicked 3 goals up in Canberra and one of their bright lights, but it's a bit sad to see a player go out in this situation. Fitzroy have made a bit of a change there. They've got Brad Boyd down in the forward pocket and they're dragging Watson away from play. He virtually was a loose man there, so they've realised that he's being a bit dangerous running the ball out, and Boyd's gone right down the forward pocket, taking Watson away from his running position.
It'll be a long quarter now. We're 25 minutes in. Fitzroy 3-1-19 lead Collingwood at 1-3-9. The Lions by 10 points. They've clearly been the better team in the first 25 minutes of the match, but this is a major setback for them.
Actually, he'll probably unbalance him a bit because he wasn't really playing that well, but he was creating the situation where the ball was coming to the ground, and he was a bit of a focus there, but just unfortunate for John.
I think Big Cook will come on. He was warming up. He went off. He may have copped an injury early too.
He was limping.
Yeah, the Fitzroy ruckman. Anyway, the free kick will be taken by Dent. He'll kick from about 55, but it'll be a while yet because John McCarthy has been taken off straight down the middle of Victoria Park. It's going to take quite a few seconds for him to leave the ground.
I think Fitzroy must have been watching Kevin Sheedy last night. There's a huddle in the goal square, 55 metres out the ball is, and they'll break out, and the Collingwood players are trying to ring them at this stage, so it's a reverse kick-out situation.
Well, still about 15 seconds before we start, so quickly around the grounds. David at Waverley.
Still a 14-point lead to Fremantle. Peter at the 26-minute mark. Fremantle 3-2-20. Leading St Kilda 1 straight 6. Bobby.
A 3-point lead to Adelaide, a 3-2-20. Geelong 3-2-5-17, but there'll be quite a halt in proceedings here. The game has stopped while Tony Modra is being placed on a stretcher. Geelong's Ben Graham, who collided with Modra, has been, limped off the ground, sort of being helped by the trainers. But the Adelaide people are taking one long time to put Tony Modra onto the stretcher.
Gee, Schwartz, Modra and McCarthy on the stretcher, not even quarter time at venues. A disastrous day for footy around Victoria at the moment. Anyway, Dent from 55 out. He's gone for the long bomb. It's going to land in the right forward pocket. Of course, went for the spoil, but didn't do it. And it's been taken by Hogg. Hogg is marked for Fitzroy. It's Malloy. Yes, you're right, Frackers. I saw the gloves, and Hogg did have a pair of gloves on earlier. In fact, I'm not even sure whether he's still on the field. Yes, he is. He's in the far pocket now near the scoreboard. But Malloy on a 45-degree angle, about 15 metres out, but right behind the flight of it. And, I'm not sure. I'll just have to wait on this. Behind. Well, he thought he may have kicked it. He threw his hands in the air, but it's offline and through for a behind. Fitzroy 3-2-20, Collingwood 1-3-9, 27 minutes, almost 28 first quarter.
Now, Tommy Hafey, we didn't get to you on that run around the grounds.
No, and since then, Tony Lockett kicked a lovely goal. He took a mark right on the line between the goal post and the point post, and really did well to kick a good goal. So the score now, 4-2-26, Sydney 1-3, 9 points, 15 point.
Now, Fitzroy should lead by 20 points here. They have 3-2, and the 2 misses have been sitters. The ball back in play, and it's a Fitzroy mark. Dent is it who chips on, and Lamb has taken the mark for the Lions near the 50. He plays on. He goes long in towards full forward. Johnson trying to get under it. Malloy arrives. Lady Sockers, a goal. Fitzroy get their fourth as off the pack. Malloy has just towed the ball over the line. And Collingwood are in trouble at Victoria Park. Fitzroy 4-2-26 lead. Collingwood 1-3-9. The difference is 17 points. The difference is spirit, organisation, youthful enthusiasm and lots of things like that. 29 minutes in, Curly Austin.
Yes, just a number of good players for Fitzroy compared to Collingwood. Very few Collingwood players. Monkhurst and probably Watson.
The ball back in the middle of Victoria Park. It's shining at the moment. The sun is shining on Fitzroy. They're doing very well. Umpire Hayden Kennedy. And it'll be Cook from the left of my binoculars, and Monkhorst who gets the thump from the right down to Russell. Gets out of an Atkins tackle, but can't deliver the handball very well. Curran is there, goes to ground, may have been taken a bit high. Gets the hand pass out to Russell. Collingwood go forward, out towards Rocker, through his fingers, slides out towards the Fitzroy race in that right forward pocket. And as Collingwood went forward, they really needed Rocker to take that mark. It slid through the top of his fingers, and no score to the Magpies. Quarter time at Victoria Park. Fitzroy 4-2-26. Collingwood 1-3-9. The goal kickers for the Roy boys. Singles to Johnson, Malloy, Atkins and Dent. And for Collingwood, Monkhorst at the 23-minute mark, he took that mark and kicked that goal. Quarter time at Vic Park. Fitzroy 4-2-26, Collingwood 1-3-9.
Let's check the other venues again.
Are all making up good ground and also carry the star Worcestershire lad.
Always in ruck, but you wouldn't think so. Monkhorst up by himself, knocks it down, but there wasn't a Collingwood jumper there, although it squeezes out of the back. The Graham Wright kicks the ball to half forward, and Richardson takes the mark for Collingwood. Mark Richardson about 50 metres out. He can see someone leading out towards the scoreboard, and it's Brereton, who's marked inside 50 on about a 45-degree angle. One would have thought that Richardson could have just about kicked it from there. Gee, there's a Melbourne player down behind play, Simon Atkins. He's by himself. There are no players around within Cooey. I know, just doing exercises. He had us fooled. Anyway, here's Brereton. From 40 metres out, the drop punt. And it is across to the right. He's missed for the Magpies. Collingwood 1-4-10. Fitzroy 4-2-26. After just 1 minute of play almost in the second term. Free kicks up till quarter time. Fitzroy 5-3. 5-3 is 98 possessions, Barker 7. And for the Magpies, Watson had 12 possessions as Paxman kicks to himself from fullback.
And then kicks around the half-back line. No one able to mark. Off the pack, Dermy gets another possession and chips to Russell, who marks 45 metres out. Could be within range. He'll kick from about right on the 50. Fitzroy by 16 points. And around the grounds at quarter time, Fremantle leading St Kilda by 14, 3-2 to a goal. Melbourne 17 up on Sydney. Geelong leading Adelaide by 4 points. Russell from 50, kicks at goal. It's well out to the right. It's a minor score. 4-2-26 Fitzroy. Collingwood 1-5-11. Now, Rod Austin, you saw Atkins on the deck. Did you see what happened?
It was just from the centre bounce. He got caught up in a tangle of players. I think he was winded and just dropped to the ground and started stretching for some reason.
A kick by Paxman from fullback right up to centre halfback. Molloy takes a beautiful mark on halfback flank. Gets the hand pass away to the skipper Boyd. Boyd kicks up towards the half forward line. Fitzroy player led underneath the ball. It comes out of the pack. Here's a chance now for Adam McCarthy, who kicks to half forward to Hogg, who comes out. Now, the last time we saw Hogg play for Fitzroy, Tim, I think it was out at the Western Oval.
Yes,
he played an inglorious game, and he pulled a hammy and was booed off by the Fitzroy supporters. Here he comes from 50 metres directly in front. Jeff Hogg, the drop punt on its way into the shade. It won't have legs. Off the pack, a socket through by McGregor. No, he couldn't get a boot to it, and there'll be a ball up about 8 metres out directly in front at the Sharon Standall Railway end of Victoria Park. Collingwood 1-5. Fitzroy, who started 2-1 against favourites for this match, 4 goals 2. Now the ball up right in front of goal. Lamb is there with a ponytail. Up goes Monkhorst, tries to knock it towards goal. A kick by Fitzroy through the pack, and it's just offline. It would have been Molloy, I think it was. A tall player, yes, with the gloves, kicks it behind for Fitzroy. They're 4-3-27. Collingwood 1-5-11.
Well, that would have been a big goal for the Lions early in the second quarter. Perth's waiting for a footy. He doesn't realise it's come back from the crowd and it's sitting at the base of the behind post. Now he's got it.
He just made a signal. That's what he did. I'll tell you about that one day, Tim.
Thanks, Crackers. We didn't do that at Uni Fitz. Cook's on the sidelines along with McCarthy. Kicks around the half-back flank and Krzyzewska takes a lovely mark. Soaring over the top of Atkins. Half-back line for Collingwood. Playing his 150th, and he's had a lot of the ball. Kicks just over the centre line. No one can take the mark. Wild at the fall for Collingwood. Can't win it cleanly and break away. Pack forms over the top of him, and there'll be a bounce. Fitzroy 4-3-27. Collingwood 1-5-11. The Lions lead by 16 points. And they've been very good about it. Monkhorst does the ruck work here for Collingwood. Doesn't have much against him. Molloy having to ruck for an undermanned Fitzroy now. The ball falls to the foot of the pack, and there'll be another ball up. Still pretty much on the centre line. Down below us on the outer side. Crowd pretty quiet at Victoria Park. Monkhorst too strong for Molloy. Got him over the shoulder is the ruling. Got him over the nose is the appearance from Molloy as he picks himself up. He chips in board, and he finds Cummings. Behind the centre line for the Lions. Sits it up at half forward. It'll land 65 from goal. Nothing there for Fitzroy. They're a bit short of height now. At the full, Lamb. Taken the wrong way. About 20 metres the wrong way. Sweeps it sideways to the ever-attacking Zanotti out of defence. kicks it towards half forward. Good mark for Collingwood. Alan Richardson, bit too strong on that occasion for Bruce, and took it solidly on the defensive 50.
Royce by 16 points at Vic Park. Kicks out wide to right, gives the hand pass to Pert up towards the Collingwood race there. Kicks the ball scrappily up towards half forward. It's picked up by Richardson. That's Mark. It comes down and through the pack goes Cummings. It comes out of the pack. In there is Wild. He's tackled. The ball in dispute. It's underneath about 10 players at the moment. The whistle will go. Yes, Mark Prince comes in and call for a bounce on the point of the square with Collingwood into attack. Fitzroy 4-3-27. Collingwood 1-5-11. We played 5 minutes in the second quarter. We'll check the other venues as soon as we possibly can. There's the ball up by umpire Mark Prince. Up goes Monkhorst. Knocks the ball 25 metres inside 50. Here's a chance now for Rowe. He's 30 metres out. Gets a break on the pack. Kicks the ball. He'll need a good leg break or it doesn't happen. And it's through for a behind. They've got a disease up there, the Collingwood players. They just can't kick a goal. Fitzroy 4-3, and it's Collingwood 1-7. All venues, David at Waverley.
First 3 goals of the second term to St Kilda has given them a 4-point lead at the 8-minute mark. It's St Kilda 4 goals straight, 24, letting Fremantle 3-2-20. Bobby.
5-point lead to Geelong, 3-7-25. Adelaide 3-2-20. Tommy.
Yes, Melbourne are the only one who scored a goal. They're 5-4, 34 points to Sydney. 1 goal, 3, 9 points.
Good move by Fitzroy as they turn defence into attack up to half forward. Well done by young Bruce. He's in the clear. He hand passes to Johnson into the open goal. He's put it through. It was rather fortunate. The ball fell from his grasp like an unguided falling missile. It landed on his foot and just happened to roll through for a goal. Johnson gets his second and the Lions lead by 21 points. 5-3-33. Collingwood 1-6-12. Curly.
Yes, Collingwood have had a couple of chances this quarter and just haven't capitalised, and Fitzroy coming back strongly, get the results from a good direct play.
Collingwood actually were playing well in the first 5 minutes, but that was against the trend.
Very courageous goal umpiring too, I'd say. 5-3 Fitzroy, Collingwood 1-6. Oh, there's the centre bounce. It's a high ball knocked down by Monkhorst, but it's still in the middle. Buckley there, tackle. Oh, Atkins gets the hand pass out of the pack to Baldwin. He gives it to Boyd. Boyd kicks to half forward, the hog. Not paid, almost 40 metres out. A bit of a let off there for Collingwood. And there'll be a ball up at the centre half forward.
That was a mark.
I thought it was a mark. And Tim, I had the glasses on that attempted effort by Johnson, but I just didn't see him get contact. He may have got it somewhere above the knee. Anyway, it's on the scoreboard as a goal to Fitzroy. There's the ball up. Ball knocked behind the pack by Chrisissa. Comes to Russell, but there might have been about 10 of them there at the time. The ball comes out to McGregor. McGregor's hand pass to Baldwin. He shouldn't have handballed. They're still inside 50, Fitzroy, at the railway end of Victoria Park. And there'll be a ball up. A case of one handball too many there.
Those birds flying across the ground, vultures by any chance, Crackers?
Tim, down at that university, you should know that they were seagulls.
Now, ball up at centre half forward. Fitzroy into attack, leading 33-12 at Victoria Park. Up they go. Bruce went up, that didn't bring the ball down. The ball knocked out of the pack by Pert. And the ball flicked out of the pack from Hogg to Boyd, who kicks it towards the pocket. And Baldwin, I'd say, he's taken the mark. He has. Left forward pocket. He's on his preferred side. In fact, actually, where the mark is, where Graham Wright's on the mark, he'll be out a fair way from the boundary. Some 6 or 8 metres. Left forward, in fact, he's coming out further. The umpire normally takes them back. He's saying, no, come on, Mr. Baldwin. You're playing a 102nd game. Come out another step to the side. He's only about 20 metres out. But right behind the flight of this will be a big kick for the Roys. Oh, no, he's missed it. He's hit the top of the post. It was always out to the right. I thought it was going to go out even further to the right, but through for a behind. Fitzroy 5-4-34, Collingwood 1-6-12. Let's take the other scores one at a time. David Mackay at Waverley.
An 8-point lead now to Fremantle. Peter, at the 11.5-minute mark, it's Fremantle 5-2-32, letting St Kilda 4 goals straight, 24. Bobby.
And scores all level at Geelong, 3-8-26 Geelong, Adelaide 4-2-26.
Tommy will squeeze you in.
Melbourne 5-4-34. Tony Lockett's kicked his second goal, 2-3, 15 points, Sydney.
Collingwood working the ball from defence up towards half forward, but the Lions repel them with a kick for touch. There'll be a throw in between the wing and Collingwood's half forward flank. Fitzroy 5-4-34. Collingwood 1-6-12. And the Lions have missed 3 goals from within 30 metres. They really should be ahead by a lot more, but Collingwood have been a bit wasteful up forward as well, it must be remembered. Now from the throw-in, Monkhorst the tap, but Hawkins fisks it away back to the boundary. And there'll be another throw-in with the Lions gaining 10 metres or so and are edging it back towards the wing. It's almost on the centre line. Malloy having to ruck with Cook and McCarthy both off for Fitzroy. John McCarthy. Monkhorst takes it out of the air. He's tackled and his kick flews out to the boundary. Hawkins, adjudged to have been pushed in the back, takes a free kick for Fitzroy. And my word, Dougie's been a surprise packet this year. I think most of us felt that perhaps he should have hung him up at the end of the season, but he's made us look stupid. He kicks towards the wing. Lamb, the target, can't mark. It's fisted over the boundary line for a throw-in. Fitzroy barely in attack, but well in front. 5-4-34. Collingwood 1-6-12. 10.5 minutes second term.
A boundary throw in right in front of our commentary position. Up goes Monkhorst, knocks it sideways to Wild, squeezes the ball out of the pack. This is okay. It's on the bounce. A good bounce for Williams. Hand pass to Patterson. Gets a bad bounce. It eventually sits up. Gets out of a tackle. Runs up to 50. Pumps a hand pass to Rocker. Open goal. No, he gets the hand pass to Williams, who kept on running. He turns around. Open goal from 25 metres out, and he's put it through. Collingwood's second goal on the board. The first coming 23 minutes in the first quarter, the second coming almost 11 into the second. And Fitzroy lead by 16 points. They're 5-4-34 to Collingwood 2-6-18 Crackers.
If you put this game in a time capsule and open up in 1,000 years to be a horror movie, the standard slipped a little bit, but Collingwood needed that goal. A little bit of movement forward was quite good. Then Collingwood starting to get into it. Paul Williams has started to put his hand up a little bit. They're playing a little bit better, Collingwood. Fitzroy got to tighten up.
16 points the margin. Collingwood in touch. That's an important goal. Umpire Kennedy bounces. Monkhorst beats Malloy. Boyd defensive side of the pack. Fumble the ball he should have taken cleanly. Now gets off a hand pass to Baldwin, who's been good. Plenty of acceleration. Kicks into half forward. Nothing there for the Lions. Kraziska the mark. Quick hand pass to Burns. On the left boot. Kicks it beyond the wing, and taking a good mark for the Magpies is Buckley. Good mark. Just had enough of it. He dropped it as he was backing back. Kicks it towards half forward for the Magpies, and Rocker can't mark. Good spoil, Paxman at the fall. Lions hard at it, almost two of them colliding. Barker wins the footy, twists his way out of trouble, kicks to the centre line, and Lamb with the ponytail marks. Hand pass to Malloy, who gives it straight back to him because he saw Monkhorst coming. Lamb kicks in towards midfield. All Fitzroy here. Boyd and Cummings raffle it. Boyd now gives it to the running Barker, who kicks to full forward. Hogg had it on his chest and dropped it. Watson, met by his own teammate, lost possession of the footy. Cleaned up for Collingwood by Pert. Clears out over half-back. Collingwood with 2-on-1. Monkhorst, a chance. He's first to the ball, but coming in from the side, Bozotto shielded Monkhorst from it and took it over the boundary line for a throw-in.
Brad Boyd's a very important player in this game, and Nathan Buckley will have to tighten up.
Almost 13 minutes second quarter. Fitzroy 5-4. Collingwood 2-6 at Victoria Park. The boundary throw in front of us, locked down by Malloy, and he got a sweet fist to it, almost to Lamb, his target, but it beat him over, and there'll be a throw-in. So Fitzroy gaining about 6 or 7 metres. It's between wing and half forward as they head up to the railway goal at Vic Park. Boundary throw in, Monkhorst and Malloy. Monkhorst got a hand to it, but went to Russell. Russell scrubby, kick up towards the wing on the southern side. Rose there for Collingwood, got the handball across to Williams. Quick hand pass out towards Buckley. He's tackled by Hawkins, gets it out to Wild. Wild kicks to half forward, almost to Fitzroy mark at centre half back, but off the pack is taken by Richardson. That's Markey, kicker smothered. The ball socked off the ground. A high soccer kick by Zanotti in towards the middle of Victoria Park. Players overrunning if Malloy is there. Quickly gets the ball further down towards Buckley. Buckley wide of centre for Collingwood. Marks and drives in towards half forward, where the mark has been taken for Collingwood by Williams. There must be a player unmarked, as they say. Kick it quickly, but Paxman comes out, punches the ball away. It comes to Kraziska. His short pass is a shocker. It was meant for Rocker. It's been cut off by Fitzroy. Worked out towards the boundary by Zanotti, just near the main scoreboard. Over and out for a boundary throw-in. 14 minutes, second quarter. Fitzroy, who led by 17 points at quarter time, holds a 16-point advantage. We'll check the other venues in just a moment. Holmes up in ruck, knocks it down. The ball comes out of the pack from Adam McCarthy, out towards the boundary, and Bozotto just works it over for a throw-in. David Mackay at Waverley Park.
15-point lead now to the Dockers at the 17-minute mark. It's Fremantle 6-3-39, leading St Kilda 4 goals straight, 24.
Throw in, we'll get to the other ground shortly, but Collingwood deep in attack here looking for a goal. They won't get it. Fitzroy break away. Bizzotto kicks to the centre line. Up in front, Johnson went under the ball. Monkhorst does the roving for Collingwood. Oh, his hand passes loose. Could be costly. Over the ball was Burns. Couldn't win it. Chance for Lamb of Fitzroy. Brought down, wasn't in possession. No free kick. The umpire felt he was playing for the free. And eventually there'll be a ball up just outside the 50. Half-forward line for Fitzroy. The Lions are 5-4-34. The Magpies 2-6-18. We'll get to Cardinia Park and the MCG in just a moment. At the bounce, Monkhorst with a big height advantage gets the tap, but Baldwin traps it well for Fitzroy. Kicks very high. Hogg with a couple against him under a hospital ball. Fights on the ground. Still Fitzroy in possession. Snap towards goal by Boyd with the left boot off direction. A minor score. Fitzroy 5-5-35. Collingwood 2-6-18. Almost 16 minutes in. We'll do all grounds. David, we'll check you again at Waverley.
15-point lead now to the Dockers, Tim, at the 18-minute mark. It's Fremantle 6-3-39, leading St Kilda 4 goals straight, 24.
Skilts.
Geelong by 6 points. 5-8-38. Adelaide 5-2-32.
Tommy.
Melbourne 5-5-35. Sydney 3-3-21. 14 points of difference.
Now from the kick into Hawkins, who gets it across to Dent by hand to Barker. Barker in the centre up ended as he kicks the ball in towards half forward. A chance for Baldwin. He's got the run of the ball. Has he? Oh, he's been beheaded. He's going to get the free kick. Oh, he kept his eye on the ball, Jason Baldwin. That was courage personified, wasn't it, Craig?
Yes, his head's still there, Peter.
Yeah, I know, his head is still there, but it's just a figure of speech. But, yes, he kept running into trouble. Everywhere he went, there seemed to be a Collingwood jumper in his way, and he just kept his eye on the ball and got rewarded for it. And now he's about 30 metres out. He's just across from the Collingwood Social Club, so he's coming in from the right forward pocket.
And in the Fitzroy dugout, issuing instructions on the breezes at Victoria Park and how best to find the major opening is James Manson.
They lead by 17 points. Baldwin, the drop punt. Oh, it looks to be very close, if not very good. He's put it through. A goal to Fitzroy. So Baldwin gets his first. The only multiple for the game so far is Chris Johnson with 2. Score check at Victoria Park. We were heading for a boil over. Although Collingwood might be saved, the fact that St Kilda being beaten out of Waverley Park, maybe they get beaten today, not finishing on the bottom of the ladder. Fitzroy 6-5-41, Collingwood 2-6-18.
Dermy off. Does he look injured, or has he been given a rest?
I think he's been rested. There's nothing across half forward for Collingwood at all today.
6-5 to 2-6. The Lions by 23 points. Monkhorst the better of it in ruck. Wild takes the spillage. Kick doesn't go far. Williams well tackled, brought down by Holmes. Forces a bounce. The Magpie fans felt it was in the back. They don't get it. They must be starting to feel pretty edgy. Pretty urgent about it all. 6 goals to 2. And Fitzroy the better side. Monkhorst too strong and big for Malloy. Knocks at the Magpies' way, but straight to Hawkins. Dougie swings the left foot at a half forward. Off the pack, Lamb beats the tacklers, goes for goal. He is just offline. Oh, that was a big moment. A goal there, and Fitzroy really had some momentum. They're 6-6-42 to 2-6-18. The Lions lead the Magpies by 4 goals. David Mackay will just check you at Waverley.
It's a 10-point lead now to Fremantle, Tim, at the 21-minute mark. It's Fremantle 6-4-40, leading St Kilda 5 goals straight, 30.
The kick in by Pert from the Sharon stand goal out towards the Collingwood member side. It almost beats the pack. First there is Russell of Collingwood. They're closing. Gets the pass past Dent. Kicks up the half forward, but the mark is taken by Buckley. Buckley between centre and centre half forward for Collingwood. Now he waves with his left hand, but there's not much movement. Now there is Rocker. Leads to the half forward. Oh, good lead too. Right on his chest, but he's still kicked from about 53 metres out. Just a tad off dead centre. Heading down towards the Yarra Falls goal. Almost 19 minutes in the term. 42 Fitzroy, Collingwood 18, and Severio Rocker. He'll need one of those.
He didn't practice
kicks
from this end.
All right, this end as well, Crackers.
No, he didn't.
He didn't practice this end. Well, we'll put it down for a goal. And I'll tell you what, if he's beaten the pack, and he hasn't beaten the pack, it landed about half a metre short, and there'll be a ball up just a few metres out from Collingwood's goal. And I would say there'll be a defensive knock through here by Zanotti, who's directing traffic to the younger players. Here they go. They'll punch it through for sure. Zanotti. Now it is punched through by Cummings. They can see it behind. Collingwood 2-7 and Fitzroy 6-6. 19.5-minute second quarter.
23 points is Fitzroy's margin. The ball quickly brought back into play as Malloy makes good position and takes the mark. Kick-off not quite clearing the defence of 50. Malloy has to pick himself up now. He gets a call from Barker. All Fitzroy. Down the outer side. The chip finds Barker, who plays on. He can lay out the red and white checked apron and have a picnic. He kicks with the left foot beyond the centre. Atkins does well. Knocks it to Boyd. He's looking for Hogg on the lead and he drills it into his chest.
Great kick.
He didn't drill it, he sat it up. And Hogg ran onto it. It was perfect.
Very good player, Brad Boyd. He's been the catalyst to all of their moves forward, very positive, and he's been a classy player all day.
Buckley's off him now, isn't he?
Gone to half forward.
Hogg kicks at goal. He's hooked it a little. Now, it was close, but I think he's just missed. And it's another minor. And really, Fitzroy's behinds have tended to come from set shots well within range, and they should be a mile in front. They're 6-7 to 2-7. David Mackay, just you at Waverley.
16-point lead now to the Dockers. Tim at the 23-minute mark. It's Fremantle 7-4-46. St Kilda 5 straight 30.
Kick in by Perch straight up the middle. It's Krasiska, who's marking very well today. Marks on the point of the square at half-back. 5 marks, in fact. As Watson's gone out of the game in the second quarter after having 12 possessions in the first. The kick by Krasiska up to half forward. No one can mark. Atkins had it, then lost it. Picked up by Mark Richardson. Handball across to Russell. Well tackled by Busotto. The ball squirts at his feet. Atkins gets the hand pass out of the pack to Dent. Then gets it further down the field to Holmes. Holmes kicks to half forward. And Monkhorst at centre half-back saves today for Collingwood. Takes the mark. Gets the handball across to Alan Richardson, who goes wide of centre looking for Mark Richardson. A bit too slow. The spoil came from Holmes. The ball bounces and favourably out to out wide to Pert, who gives the hand pass further down the field. Atkins gives the hand pass to Baldwin. He in turn to Boyd. Boyd on the attacking side of the centre. Gets the hand pass further down the field to Lamb. 40 metres out. Drills the ball, but he's offline. He aimed to the left, and that's where the ball went. And as Tim said, they should be a mile. They should be 2 kilometres in front, Fitzroy, the way they're playing at the moment. 22 minutes in the second quarter. They're 6-8 or 6-8-44 to 2-7-19.
All grounds, David Mackay.
10-point lead now to Fremantle, Tim, at the 25-minute mark. It's Fremantle 7-4-46, leading St Kilda 6 straight 36. Bobby.
1-point lead to Geelong, 5-10-40. Adelaide 6-3-39. Tommy.
Melbourne 6-6-42, leading Sydney by 14 points, 4-4-28.
Collingwood building the attack here after the kick-in. Watson to half forward and Rockers lead. He can't mark. Supported at ground level by Patterson. Close to the boundary, twists and turns. Gets out of trouble, but his kick is cut off by Holmes, who's done well in defence for Fitzroy and takes a comfortable mark. His hand pass to Hawkins has almost fumbled, but Dougie composed as ever. Chips it out to the boundary.
They're everywhere, Tim. Fitzroy had 2 players out where the ball is now and had 3 in the middle of the ground.
They look as though they've got more on the field. Busotto kicks to the centre line. No one can mark it. Now Collingwood with the numbers. Rowe off the pack. Swings it into half forward. Here comes Richardson and he takes the mark. Just outside 50. This is Mark Richardson. Too far. Man on the mark's about 53 metres out. He'll be kicking from nearly 60. He's got black and white everywhere out towards the flank. He chips to right. Plays on from 40. Goes for home and puts it through. Hope for Magpie fans. But boy, it's been a struggle. Fitzroy 6-8-44. Collingwood 3-7-25. The Lions by 19 points at the 23.5-minute mark. Crackers.
Good build-up then by Graham Wright, who made the effort down the wing. It was a nice mark by Richardson. Holmes has been on top. Good mark by Richardson. Turned around, saw the clear player, kicked it to him. Righty ran and kicked a goal. And I'm glad Fitzroy didn't start at 1 o'clock and wouldn't kick a point.
Now, from the centre bounce to restart play, it's a wobbler. It faces, well, it doesn't favour everyone, but Boyd gets it, kicks into the pack. It comes to Atkins, gets one of those little slick hand passes and didn't come off. In fact, he was grabbed onto after he got the hand pass away and held from going back to try and get back into the play. And Simon Atkins will take the free kick between the centre and centre half back. defensive side of the centre. Kicks beyond the centre. In fact, it's not a bad kick up towards Hogg. Can't mark. Off the pack it goes to Monkhorst. Hand pass Krasiska. Trips over himself. Hand passes to Watson. Has the fumble. Didn't fumble in the first quarter with all of his marks. Kicks out wide towards the half-back flank on our broadcast side, and it beats Burns over and Dent for a boundary throw in. So we're 24.5 minutes second quarter. On 3 of those matches of the day, Fitzroy 6-8-44, Collingwood 3-7-25. The boundary throw in, half forward flank for the Roys. Monkhorst knocks it sideways, knocked on by Karen. All chance for Adam McCarthy. Was it in danger or for a tackle? I think it was for the tackle. Was it over the shoulder? I think the Collingwood player was about to kick it out of his hands, decided not to, then took him high. It's a long ball. It's going to land 20 out from goal. Oh, chance there for Hogg. Had his hands on it. Then he has a punt shot as he falls to ground. He's just offline, and he's put it through for a behind. Fitzroy 6-9-45. Collingwood 3-7-25. David Mackay at Waverley.
It's a 4-point lead now to Fremantle at the 28-minute mark. It's Fremantle 7-4-46, leading St Kilda 7 straight 42. Bobby.
1 point lead to Geelong, 5-10-40. Adelaide 6-3-39. Tommy.
Still a 14-point lead to Melbourne, 6-6-42 to Sydney 4-4-28.
From the kick in, Collingwood work it around the wing, and below the rider stand, Krasiska takes a fine mark for the Magpies. Just behind the wing. We're almost 26 minutes into the quarter. Fitzroy 6-9-45 lead Collingwood 3-7-25. 20 points is the margin, and the last couple of minutes of the term crucial in this game. Kick up towards the half-forward line for the Magpies. Patterson had it for a moment, dispossessed. Wild is forced backwards with his kick, but it's straight to Buckley, who lobs it in towards half-forward, and it's a Collingwood mark to Aaron James. Outside 50, gets a call from Williams, who marks on his chest. 40 metres out, and he should nail it from there. And Collingwood, after Fitzroy's dominance through nearly an hour of this game, just might edge their way right back into it by half-time. And that would be rather soul-destroying, one would think, for Fitzroy. Williams lines them up. Big kick this. He'll kick from 45. It should be a goal. The angle very slight. Yes, it's a lovely kick right through the middle. And back come the Magpies. 14 points down, closest they've been for a while. Fitzroy 6-9-45, Collingwood 4-7-31. Curly.
Yes, the 2 misses from young Lamb running into open goals really hit home now when Collingwood get 2 chances and kick the goals, and they're right back in this game at this stage without really playing well.
Malloy and Hogg changing in ruck, I think, too, Curly.
Yes, with Cook off the ground.
Yes, now, in fact, Hogg's up at centre-half back outside the square. And Malloy's come from full forward, so they're one short Fitzroy down in the forward line at the moment.
I think a defensive move by Bernie, playing for half-time. Big
Fitzroy
one.
by 14 points. Centre bounce to restart play. Monkhorst knocks the ball, taken by Barker of Fitzroy. Now, let's see. I thought I heard a whistle. Anyway, Barker kicks to half-forward. A mark for Fitzroy at centre-half forward, taken by Johnson. He's about 52 metres out, kicking towards the railway end. He's going to try for Malloy or one of those down there. Up they go off the pack. A chance for Lamb. Gets out of a tackle. He goes sideways and slightly backwards with his foot past it. Goes into a Collingwood player in Gary Pert. So he went. Well, obviously no confidence on his left side, young Lamb. Wayne Lamb. And there's the siren. And if he had had a ping, he certainly would have scored from 40 out. But he decided to go backwards, and he kicked into Gary Pert. Ball up resulted, and the siren beat them all. So at half-time at Victoria Park, after the Roys led by 17 points, and their biggest margin, Jack, was around about the 22-23, I think. 24 points, 25 in fact. Fitzroy lead by 14 points. A few boos, I think, coming from Collingwood supporters who aren't particularly happy with the Magpies' performance so far up till half-time. Half-time at Vic Park. It's Fitzroy 6-9-45, Collingwood 4-7-31 for the Roys. Johnson has kicked 2.
In Collingwood, they've been sort of retarded a little bit because Tony Francis has left the field, hasn't come back on. I'd say he might have done his thigh again, so they're going to be in a bit of strife. But Monkhorst played well. Krasiska, Watson early, Richardson and Graham right, whereas Baldwin's playing well. Boyd is a very good player. Barker and Zanotti and Holmes playing very well. It'll go to the wire. Let's see who's got a bit of character out of these two sides.
Third term underway at Victoria Park. 14 points, Fitzroy's advantage from the centre bounce. Malloy gets the knock. and takes his own knock and drives Fitzroy up towards half forward. A clean bowls the fielder, picked up by Hogg. Hand passes to Johnson. He's 65 out. Centering kick to Boyd at half forward, and Boyd has marked it 45 metres out directly in front. So the vital first goal, or at least the first score of the third quarter, should go Fitzroy's way to their skipper, who's been very good. Very good indeed. 15 possessions for Brad Boyd. The number 1, the Paul Roos number. And he's leading like Paul Roos used to too. Here he comes. From 45 out. The drop punt on its way. It looks to be very good. He's put it straight through the middle. Boyd gets his first. And Fitzroy, the first goal of the third term at Victoria Park in what could be a major boil-over. Collingwood 4-7-31 and Fitzroy 7-9-51. Their margin is 20 points, Craig Keenan.
Yes, I'm a bit worried about that now. And at half-time when I went down to the toilets, the campers down there, they weren't happy campers, and that won't help. It really puts the pressure on the back line. Nice goal, nice convert, Cool, don't you reckon?
Yes, and he's next Collingwood under-19 captain as well, which will hurt even more, Crackers.
Oh, you're good on the history, aren't you?
Tell you what else he's good on. I just came in with a cup of coffee. I almost slopped it, but Curley was there with the steadying hand, just as though he was playing in defence for the Blues, right beside the full-back after a fumble. From the ball up, Fitzroy into attack, mark to Lamb, hand pass to the running Dent, a long ball towards an unguarded goal, but very well trapped for Collingwood by Burns. Gets a clearing kick to halfback. Alan Richardson overran the foot. He might have been pushed in the back, but he helps it on to Williams. Well tackled, dispossessed by Boyd. Lions emerge, running onto a hand pass, Bruce. Centering kick sloppy. Very poor finishing by Fitzroy. And the ball spills Collingwood's way. Wild. His hand pass smothered by Hawkins. Back goes Bruce for another go. Tackled, dispossessed. Taken for Collingwood by Hassel. And his hand pass puts Alan Richardson in the clear.
Who kicks out wide to Williams. Now Baldwin's on the mark and also Johnson. They've got players to spare down there, Fitzroy, but they won't be where the fall of the ball is now. The kick by Richardson. Yes, they will be as a shocker. It's been marked by Atkins. Handball out towards Dent. Dent now runs down from the wing. A centering kick. Here comes Hogg leading onto it, and he's got it. 45 metres out directly in front. The Lions roaring and full of menace in the first 2 minutes so of this third term. He's kicked 2 behinds. This is Hogg's 4th mark from 48 metres. The drop punt on its way, and it was touched. Oh yes, just on the line, touched by Gary Pert. So behind the Fitzroy, there's 7-10-52. Collingwood 4-7-31.
Good start by Fitzroy. We were nodding wisely at half-time, all of us agreeing that they might have lost their opportunity. Wasteful in the first half, and perhaps Collingwood would take control. But not so at the outset of this third quarter. Pert a long ball back into play. Off the pack, Russell. Fitzroy's tackling good. Prize loose to Malloy, to Hawkins. A chip to Boyd. And he marks inside 50. And the tackling's been a real difference, I reckon, Curly.
Oh, they're very positive. It's clean tackling, and the Collingwood players are really nonplussed by the whole amount of pressure being placed on them.
I'd say in the first 2 minutes of the third term, I haven't got a tally on this, but of 20 possessions, it's got to be running 17-3.
He kicks the ball a long way too, Boyd, as I remember.
Went to Tasmanian University, kicks towards goal, just offline, another behind. And Fitzroy have had 3 pings. You've got to add a minute to that clock. I was a bit slow getting it started smooth. We're almost 4 minutes in. 7-11 to 4-7. Fitzroy by 22 points. David Mackay will just check you at Waverley.
First goal of the third term to Fremantle. They lead now by 9 points at the 3.5-minute mark. Fremantle 8-4-52, St Kilda 7-1-43.
Kick in by Pert with the sun in his eyes, so he's hoping for some calling further down the field. He kicks out wide. Atkins goes up. The spoil came from a Collingwood player, and it's off his hands. Chris Isker, I think it was, a boundary throw-in. Fitzroy 7-11-53. Collingwood 4-7-31. We've just gone 4 minutes third term. 1 goal, 2 to the Royce from the boundary throw-in. Malloy knocks it down. It's taken away by Wild. Scrubby old kick up towards the centre of Victoria Park. Buckley gets there first. Good trap on the bounce. Handball across to Russell. Russell wide of centre. Drives up towards the half-forward line on the Social Club side. Was marked by Patterson of Collingwood. Patterson about 65 metres out. Couple of steps forward, then goes back. In the meantime, Wild leads into a space near the Social Club, but he goes beyond him, looking down there for 4. Let me see, Brereton's on the ground, had it then lost it. The ball comes out of the pack from Holmes, who does well. Gets it out towards Barker. Barker's hand pass to Zanotti. Scrubby old kick, but it might be okay for Baldwin. If he gets a good bounce, it's right below us. He gets a beautiful bounce, then gets away from a Williams tackle, drives it towards half forward. Fitzroy player goes to ground, picked up by Burns of Collingwood. Hand pass to Russell at half back, in towards the middle, where it's marked by Wild on the attacking side of the centre. In fact, he's been invited to play on. Good harassment by Fitzroy. He kicks up towards the half-forward line. It was a hurried kick, but it's picked up by Patterson. He's on 50. Gets the hand pass away to Buckley. Buckley, a left foot kicking towards the forward pocket near the players' race. Brereton is there. It's close to the boundary. In fact, it's been socked through by Fitzroy as they concede a rush behind. Collingwood 4-8-32. Fitzroy 7-11-53.
Well, it's misty looking up towards the goal there below the Sherrin stand. It's a bit like that foggy day when Fitzroy beat Carlton back in 71, Crackers. Maybe they're the fog specialists.
I wasn't there. I was there that day, yes.
Ball back in play, a little chip to the back pocket, and it is marked by Dent, who kicks around half-back, doesn't find the target, picked up by Russell for Collingwood, and he passes to Kraziska, outside 50. Collingwood urgent for a goal here, 6 minutes in. Kraziska's left footer is off direction and off for a behind. So it's 7-11-53 to 4-9-33. The Lions by 20 points. David Mackay at Waverley.
Still a 9-point lead to Fremantle at the 6-minute mark. It's Fremantle 8-4-52, leading St Kilda 7-1-43. Bobby.
Not playing at Cardinia Park. Tommy Hafey.
Yes, at Melbourne. Now another goal further in front, 7-7-49. Lead Sydney by 21 points, 4-4-28.
Bobby.
Okay, Bobby.
Yes, I didn't hear you before, Tim, but it's a goal to Ablett, so a 13-point lead to Geelong, 7-11-53, Adelaide 6-4-40.
Back here at Victoria Park from the kick in by Paxman. The ball up on the wing right below us, picked up by Boyd. But poor disposal as he finds a right of Collingwood, who takes the mark and delivers to Wild. He's just wide of centre. Dent is on the mark. Wild plays on quickly. Kicks towards half forward. Out they come. A chance for Visotto. Had it, then lost it. The ball comes out of the pack. It's a fluky ball that could go anywhere. Zanotti barges through. Dwight goes in with sure hands and does well. Picks up the ball, reaches the ball away from the pack and kicks up towards the half forward line where it's marked by Richardson.
The Magpies did get a free kick amid-stall, that to boost their tally, but they played on.
He's gone short. Richardson to half forward. The ball has been cut off by Dent. He runs the wrong way, but Fitzroy have possession. Handball over the top to Cummings. Good tackle by Mark Richardson. The loose ball comes down towards Rowe. No, it's picked up by Mark Richardson. Gives it across to James. James has a shot for goal, and he's put it through for Collingwood from about 25 metres out directly in front. Score check at Victoria Park. Fitzroy 7-11-53. As the board updates now, Collingwood 5-9-39. Crackers?
Yes, they've made a change too. Mark Richardson's gone in the ruck. Damien Munkhorst off the ground. I don't know what's wrong with him, but that was a nice goal by Azza James. They needed it. Very, very good with his feet, James. He just sized it up and just popped it through. And yes, the populace did like that goal.
Who did?
The populace down here.
We'll say you
14 points the margin. At the bounce, the honours are shared by Malloy and Mark Richardson. Not a ruck specialist between them. Atkins a clever soccer kick to Lamb. Fitzroy breakaway. Lamb's kick not with great penetration. Looking for Hogg. He can't mark. At the fall, Johnson in the scoreboard pocket. Sockers to the boundary. Over for a throw in. Although I think I saw a Magpie with the arms spread, not trying to take off. He was actually appealing to the boundary umpire for out on the full. Throw in. 20 metres around from the left behind post. In the Peter Dacos forward pocket. At the throw-in. Is dispossessed. Dougie goes back for another go. It's out near the 50. Collingwood's defence holding firm here, doing pretty well. No breakaway for the Lions. This is rugby. There'll be a ball up eventually, just inside the 50. Fitzroy's half-forward line. The Lions 7-11-53. The Magpies are 5-9-39.
Yes, back to half-time it is, but the Roy's leading by 14 points. We've played 9 minutes in the third term. Now, there's the ball up by umpire Kennedy. Knocked down by Richardson. That's taken by Fitzroy in towards Barker. Had it. Yes, he's got it on the second bite. He's marked about 25 metres out, just a little off dead centre. And this should certainly be a goal for Fitzroy. They're just keeping the Magpies at arm's length at the moment. They got to a 21-point advantage, 22 points almost after half-time. A goal to Collingwood a short time ago, got it back to 14. And here's Barker. John Barker from 25 out, directly in front. The drop punt. It's a high ball. It is a straight ball. He likes it, and he's put it through. Fitzroy, 8-11-59. They're back to a 20-point advantage over Collingwood. Collingwood, 5-9-39. All venues, David Mackay at Waverley.
15-point lead to Fremantle at the 10-minute mark. It's Fremantle 9-4-58, leading St Kilda 7-1-43. Bobby.
Skilts, can you hear us at Geelong?
Only just now, Tim. I went off the air for a moment. It's a point to Geelong. They moved to 7-12-54, 13 points up on Adelaide, 6-5-41. Tommy.
Yeah, well, Melbourne have got a 27-point break over Sydney Swans at this stage. They're 8-7-55. And Sydney Swans 4-4 have not added since half-time.
You can always tell when the Cats are doing well at Cardinia Park. The around-the-grounds man can't hear us. Kick in towards half-board for Fitzroy. Off the pack, Boyd. Chips towards the pocket. Might be a Collingwood free kick. Not paid. Ball loose in the pocket. Close to the boundary line. And over for a throw-in now. A Collingwood player down and hurt. Burns not moving. Slowly raising his head from the turf. That's not a good sign for Collingwood. And I'll tell you what, the Fitzroy players are looking as though they reckon this game is there for the taking right now. Curly.
Yeah, Brad Boyd still continues on. He's got Jason White on him now, but he was instrumental in the last goal to Barker, the little kick out and the kick forward. Then he's just running rampant at this stage.
Crackers, I just get the feeling the Lions reckon that they can wrap it up here.
Well, they're starting to run in numbers. They've got their confidence going. And Jason Borwood clapping his players. They have got their tails up.
Free kick to Collingwood's Watson from the back pocket, out over the 50. No one able to mark it. Mark Richardson has a double dip. Still doesn't finish up with the footy. There's a tripping free kick. It goes Fitzroy's way. The breaks have been with them. And it is with Lamb, who's out near the 50, just beyond it. His kick not well placed and doesn't give Malloy a chance. An easy mark for Mark Richardson in defence for the Magpies, who are in trouble. 8-11-59 Fitzroy. Collingwood 5-9-39.
Yeah, free kicks 12 to Fitzroy, 4 to Collingwood. The kick by Richardson out wide to Pert, who's marked on the half-back flank on the outer side of Victoria Park. Kicking up towards the railway end, Gary Pert. A lovely drop punt up towards the wing. Is it not either punch from behind? A nice sweet fist with Baldwin is there. Got a bad bounce. Patterson for Collingwood goes in, but it's picked up eventually by Karen. Gets the hand pass to Rowe. Rowe's hand pass is shocker for Russell. Russell goes to ground, picked up by Barker. Hand pass to Holmes. He's tackled by Rowe. Gets out of the tackle, and he's going to be penalised. Rowe's got the free kick for Collingwood just in the middle of the ground. The lead from Brereton out wide. That's where he's going. He's got the break. Holmes comes back, knocks the ball away from Brereton, picked up by Wright. Right hand passes. Wild is there, dragged down from behind. A good tackle by Fitzroy. That was desperate stuff by the Roys just near the Collingwood Social Club, and they'll clear the ball away. Frankie Bizzotto and a little Johnny Beckwith out wide. No, it doesn't... The kick by Watson in towards the pocket, marked by Patterson, right in front of the Bob Rowe stand, the Collingwood Social Club. Fitzroy 59, Collingwood struggling 39. Now Patterson, he's 50 out, he goes short to Rowe, and he's dropped the mark. He had it, he lost it, and he's knocked the ball back to Patterson, who's knocked it further away from goal. Wright has the fumble. The ball picked up and is taken by Adam McCarthy, who gives a sweeping hand pass out to Baldwin. Had it and then lost it, goes back into the traffic, and the ball comes out of McCarthy again. Hand pass a bit too far. Now eventually down there for would have been Boyd. Boyd slung off his kick, but he kicks the ball towards half forward. McGregor got a bad bounce, and he intercepts the hand pass from Watson. McGregor goes towards centre half forward, and the mark is taken at centre half forward for Fitzroy by Dent. The standard by Collingwood with their ball handling and handballing is absolutely abysmal.
Bruce.
It's Bruce, is it? Number 40. Now he's gone wide, a man unmarked, and it's Baldwin drifting down. Didn't gain a great deal, maybe about 6 or 7 metres closer to goal. He went sideways, and probably the difference from scoring and not scoring was that little sideways forward foot pass. So Baldwin will kick from maybe just a step or so inside 50. The scoreboard in goal, the outer goal. Here he comes. The drop punt on its way. It's a fairly hefty kick. It's beaten the pack, I'd say, from here. He's put it through, I'd say. We'll wait on it. It's a goal to Fitzroy. Kicked by Jason Baldwin. 2 goals to Baldwin. And this is a break because they really are keeping the Magpies at arm's length now. They are 9-11-65 to Collingwood 5-9-39. David Mackay at Waverley.
Dockers now by 21 points at the 15-minute mark. It's Fremantle 10-4-64, leading St Kilda 7-1-43. Bobby.
Skills. Yes, a 7-point lead. Sorry, Tim, but I'm losing you every now and again. I just cannot hear what you're saying. It's not the crowd. It's Geelong 8-12-60, Adelaide 8-5-53.
And Tommy Hafey.
Yes, we've got a 39 break to Melbourne. 10-7-67, Sydney 4-4-28.
Well, the breakaways are happening at most of the grounds. Now, from the ball up, Collingwood work their way into attack after a real struggle in the centre. Rocker, who's been goalless, has to fight for it on the deck. Can't win it. Brereton goes backwards to Williams. Doesn't hit him pinpoint and puts him under the hammer. Gives it back to Dermy. Says, you have it, son. Hand pass off to Wild. A check side kick towards goal. Fitzroy defenders come from everywhere and they take it through. And the Lions are hot. They know it's there. 9-11-65 to 5-10-40. Apparently there has been some intermittent drop out of our broadcast. We do apologise for that, but stick with us. It's a big game at Victoria Park.
Kick in by Paxman, marked by Boyd. Hand passed across to Dougie Hawkins, who kicks short. And where is the ball? It's taken by Hogg. Has one bounce. Runs past the Collingwood dugout, then delivers to half forward, almost to Fitzroy. Mark Johnson in front of the pack, roved it, but tried to get a handball away, bit ambitious. The ball's still 60 out from Fitzroy's goal, picked up by Atkins. That must have been a throw. No, the umpire said no. Bruce, the hand pass to Baldwin. Open goal, and he's missed by 25 metres. Baldwin 25 metres out into an open goal, and it slid right up the side of his boot.
It was going south and just kept on going.
Exactly. And it's going to be a free kick to Collingwood. So another wasted opportunity by the Roys, who lead by 25 points at Victoria Park. Watson's got the free kick. Up goes Dent. Can't mark. Behind the pack, Hogg. High ball in towards centre half forward. Oh, almost a mark to Johnson. Off the pack, a chance for Wild. He's there. Couldn't get rid of it. Now let's see. The ball comes out of the pack from Burns, but he knocks it towards the Fitzroy goal. A chance for McGregor. A left foot snap is offline to the left, and he's put it through from behind. Fitzroy 9-12-66. Collingwood 5-10-40. Rodney.
Yes, Fitzroy's running players are just going all over the ground now, and it's the numbers, the runners and the pressure.
I must admit, I have to say, I reckon Collingwood have been a bit stiff. I thought they could have got about 2 or 3 free kicks in the last 30 seconds. Pert long ball back into play. No one can mark. Off the pack, it eludes Atkins and Williams. Knocks it clear for Collingwood. Runs onto it. Runs into a wall. Is tackled. Not in possession. Collingwood free kick. They want to play on. The umpire this time brings it back. And the Magpie fans can't take a trick. Neither can their 21 players. They trail by 26 points. Fitzroy on the brink here. 17 minutes third term. Paul Williams kicks Collingwood into half forward. Dermot Brereton sets himself and drops a chest mark. He's penalised. There was a bit of jostling, and it's a free kick to Fitzroy's Holmes. He goes sideways. Bizzotto marks. Gives off a little hand pass. And it finds its way to Boyd, who chips up towards Bruce. He kicks to the half-forward flank, and Hogg, alone and unattended. He plays on. He's inside 50. He kicks long to full forward, but it's off direction. Another behind. Fitzroy cannot nail that coffin lid down. They're 9-13-67. Collingwood 5-10-40. Crackers.
There's only a hand out, though. That's what they've got to admit. Collingwood never give up.
Hogg's fourth behind. Short kick in by Pert. And he's found Burns at centre half back. Bright sunshine still at Victoria Park. And the kick by Burns up towards half back. Aaron James got up. He looked terrific. Craigers didn't he? But he didn't bring it down. Cummings the hand pass to Dougie Hawkins for poor one. Goes straight to Russell of Collingwood. A bad bounce for Buckley. Buckley tries to shovel it out. He does to James. Good play, Buckley. James kicks in towards the forward pocket beneath the Bob Rowe stand. Trapped on the bounce. Brereton fires in towards goal. It's going to slide across the face of goal. And in fact, it's been punched through by Fitzroy. In fact, it's not a score. It's over for a boundary throw-in as Brad Rowe, and I think it might be Frankie Bizzotto down there who got a fist to it, and there'll be a throw-in. Left forward pocket at the railway end of Victoria Park, a boundary throw-in. Up in ruck, the ball knocked to the front of the pack. It comes out, and it's taken by Dent. Dent's kick around the wing. It comes out to Boyd. He's got a couple to beat, and the ball is over for a boundary throw-in. just to our left here. And the Collingwood fans not on good terms with themselves, nor they should be, because they've been very disappointing. Fitzroy 9-13, Collingwood 5-10, and we've played 19, make that 20 minutes in the third quarter.
Brereton does the ruck work at the throw-in. Cleverly gets a finger onto it down to Wild. Buckley there too, and he emerges. Swinging left footer into half forward. No one can mark. Chance for James, runs onto it. Great tackle, Zanotti dispossesses him, and the ball is buried in a pack. Chance for Patterson. Good tackle on him though, and the ball is forced over the boundary line. Desperate defence. Two great tackles and then a smother by the Lion defenders. Adam McCarthy was the second tackler. Holmes made the smother. Great stuff. They are a desperate young side. And Zanotti's been great in defence. He's been superb. From the throw-in, Williams over it for Collingwood. Can't find a way out. He's tackled and brought to ground. Dermy in the lender hand, but there'll be a ball up. 30 metres from Collingwood's goal. Fitzroy by 27 points. We've crossed the 20-minute mark of the third quarter. David Mackay, just a quick one from you.
24-point lead to Fremantle, Tim, at the 20-minute mark. Fremantle 11-7-73, leading St Kilda 8-1-49.
At the bounce, it snapped towards goal for Collingwood by Wild. Off direction, minor score. Fitzroy 9-13-67. Collingwood 5-11-41. David, there's the broadcast going back to Perth. Did I hear a goal being scored as you were giving us that score?
You did, Tim. Now it's a 30-point lead to the Fremantle. Fremantle 12-7-79, leading St Kilda 8-1-49. 21 minutes gone. Third term.
Kick in by Paxman, marked by Barker, handball across to Boyd, long penetrating kick to half forward off the pack. Crummers required for Fitzroy. They get almost a hand pass out to McGregor, but he'd lost it. Hassel was there, sloppy old hand pass to Alan Richardson, tries to barge through, he does, but he loses the ball in the process. Collingwood player almost lost his jumper in the process, and it looks like Burns down there, and the umpire comes in and will call for a bounce. 45 metres out from Fitzroy's goal at the Yarra Falls end, right in front. 67-41, they lead by the Roy boys. Up they go in ruck, 50-50, although Richardson, that's Mark, knocks it down. McGregor had it, then lost it, comes out of the pack, and it's taken by Curran, gets the handball across to Hassel. Hassel runs out of centre half back, goes around the Collingwood member side. Aaron James goes up, drops one he should have taken. Probably heard Zanotti coming. Zanotti's contesting out there, and he fists the ball down towards the Collingwood race. It's still in play in front of Al and Gubby and all the boys there. Picked up by Buckley. Buckley kicks the ball back from where it came, and Zanotti's marked on the wing for Fitzroy.
And Crackers, I don't want to intrude on your patch, but the Wild Bull of the Pampas has to be a chance to take a vote tonight.
You cannot keep me. He's gone short to Dent, and Dent now is right in front of the rider stand. The adoring Collingwood fans. Not much noise coming from the stand. Dent gives a hand pass across to Frankie Bizzotto. Bizzotto kicks the ball to half forward. Johnson went up spectacular fashion but didn't bring the ball down. Behind the pack, Watson. He's at centre half back. He's searching for a target. He goes for a torp off his left boot. Tommy would have loved that one. It's coming out towards the boundary where it's 2-on-2. Barker gets there first for Fitzroy. They're right below us. Gets out of a tackle from right. Gets the handball across to, would have been Adam McCarthy. He in turn to Baldwin, who kicks to half forward off the pack. It comes behind to Burns. Burns from centre half back for Collingwood. Drives him in towards the middle. Up goes James. And James on the attacking side of the centre. And applause or maybe some Bronx cheers from the Collingwood fans. Kicks to half forward. But Paxman doubling back has taken the mark for Fitzroy, who'd lead by 67 points to 41.
And Rocker's confidence is sagging. You can see it across ground to Hawkins, who marks. He precisely picks out Holmes, who didn't know Dermy was coming. Dispossessed. Spills to Buckley. Hand pass to Rowe. Runs to 50. Chips to Rocker, and he's got it.
3 times he's called it. Darren Holmes just hung on the ball too long. Tackled each time. It's very, very costly mistakes for the young Fitzroy side.
And it could cost them exactly 1 goal here and be the difference between a 26 and a 20-point lead.
If he kicks his goal, he should walk up to Dermot Brereton and say thank you very much.
Yeah, good tackle from the kid.
I don't know about kid.
No, it's hardly an appropriate nickname any longer. But here comes Rocker. Hasn't kicked a goal. Should kick this. He'll kick from 35. In he comes. Crowd hushed at Victoria Park. And Rocker misses, and they go quieter still. Collingwood can do no right. Fitzroy 9-13-67. The Magpies are 5-12-42. All grounds, David Mackay.
Dockers by 25 points at the 24-minute mark. It's Fremantle 12-18-80, leading St Kilda 9-1-55. Bobby.
And Geelong by 26 points, 11-14-80. Adelaide 8-6-54. Tommy.
Melbourne 39 points, 11-9-75. Sydney 5-6-36.
Back here at Victoria Park, Fitzroy lead by 25 points. It's on Collingwood's half-forward line. Left forward pocket of the railway goal. Zanotti there had a possession. He knocks the ball out deliberately. I'm not sure. He may have, the Collingwood fans think he did, but there's going to be a boundary throw-in.
I don't think he did. They're sure of it.
There's been a report here at Collingwood. We'll deal with it at three-quarter time as a point of law with Rod Austin. Now from the boundary throw in, James at Collingwood knocks it down. It's knocked at the front of the pack by Holmes. Zanotti gets there. He'll be happy just to run it over. He does very expertly. So we are beyond 25 minutes in the third term on 3LO's match of the day. Fitzroy 9-13-67 to Collingwood 5-12-42. Deep on Collingwood's half-forward flank. Boundary throw in. Now see Cummings, the Fitzroy is there. He's hovering over the ball. He tries to get the hand pass out. Aaron James is there. And there'll be a ball up at half forward for Collingwood. Yes, Brereton, I think, was tripped. I'm not sure what the latest rule is on the attempted tripping, but he was tripped. And I'm sure the man, it was a professional trip too. And I'm sure he's been reported, the Fitzroy player, whoever he was. Now from the ball up, taken by James, doesn't travel far, straight in towards Adam McCarthy. He'd lost it, picked up by Wild. It's a wild kick up towards the forward pocket. Mark Richardson comes out, traps it, handball across to Russell. Through the pack he goes. Open goal for Collingwood. 25 metres out. Russell goes for goal, and he's put it through. A goal to the Magpies, kicked by Scotty Russell. Score check at Victoria Park. Fitzroy 9-13-67. Collingwood 6-12-48. Crackers.
Nice goal by Scotty Russell. It was against the flow of play, but he really did show a fair bit of desperation. He had to weave himself through a couple of Fitzroy players and lined them up and did kick a goal. And that'll lift Collingwood. They really are back in it. Rocker in the ruck. They've just got to find something up forward.
This is a repeat of the second quarter when Fitzroy really had the chance to nail the game, and yet shortly before the end of the term, Collingwood edged back with a couple of time-on goals. They might just do it again and be in touch. At the ball up, the Lions get the tap, but Russell, who kicked that goal, gets the ball to Hassel out wide. He kicks Collingwood into attack, extremely wide, bouncing ball over the line for a throw-in between the wing and Collingwood's half-forward flank. The Magpies to the Sherrin stand in the third term, and the ball is below the rider stand. Over on the northern side of Victoria Park. James the tap for Collingwood, but they can't emerge. Patterson, hand pass but straight to Zanotti, gives it to Atkins. Two of the architects. Atkins to half forward, almost a mark to Bruce. At the fall, Johnson goes onto the left, onto the right, back onto the right, and chips sideways to Baldwin. 65 out, running into space. It's delivered perfectly, and Bruce takes the mark. Still out at the 50 though, and on a 45-degree angle or even worse. No one on the mark. Now Russell, or is it Hassel, comes in to stand on the mark, which just could free up Lamb, who's trying to look totally inconspicuous so he can get himself into position to call for a short ball.
Burns has got him covered.
Yep, he has. In comes Bruce from the 50. Long, high, handsome-looking kick. Not quite making the distance. Off the pack, a minor score. 9-14-68 to 6-12-48. Fitzroy by 20 points, close to three-quarter time at Victoria Park. David Mackay will just check you.
Fremantle by 23 points. Tim at the 28-minute mark. Fremantle 12-8-80, leading St Kilda 9-3-57.
Short kick in by Perth, finds Watson, and there it is at three-quarter time at Victoria Park. And the boos, well, not for the umpire. I think the Magpies might have done a little better in the third term with the umpire. They had 5-1 at one stage. Maybe for Collingwood's performance. In fact, I'm sure that's sure it was. At three-quarter time, after Fitzroy led by 14 points at half-time, the Roys have extended that advantage by one goal. They lead by 20 points. 9-14-68 to Collingwood, 6-12-48.
Angus Bull of the Panthers, I suppose, but they're playing very well, and Burns did all right. Patterson, Kasiska, Watson's been steady all day, and Alan Richardson. But well, it's up to Collingwood now if they want to keep on going in this season, and they've got 30 minutes of, as the great man would say, Sabey Valenza, concentrated football.
Boyd 24 possessions, Barker 17, Hawkins 16 for Collingwood, Watson 18, Krasiska and Buckley 16 apiece. The free kicks went 5-2 to Collingwood in that term. They're currently running Fitzroy's way 12-8, and the clearances from the middle, Fitzroy 10 to Collingwood 8. The centre bounce, the final term of Victoria Park underway. The Magpies trail by 20 points. From the centre bounce, Hassel had it, but he's hassled off the ball. In goes Fitzroy. There might be a secondary ball up. There will be, just on the attacking side of the middle for Collingwood. Fitzroy 9-14-68. Collingwood 6-12-48. The Roy boys by 20 points. So plenty of work for the Magpies to do in the next 25 minutes or so. Up goes Monkhorst, knocks it down, flick on by Karen up towards half forward. The ball taken away. It was by Adam McCarthy from centre half back. The mark taken by Dent. Boyd was held on to, no free kick. A chance for Lamb, got the good hand pass across to Baldwin, who tried to take on Wright. He'd lost possession. Dent goes in, applies the tackle. The ball comes out of the pack somehow. Hassel goes down. There's going to be a free kick. In fact, play on, says the field umpire. The free kick may have been paid as he finds, let me see, Collingwood player further down the field. Russell it was, who got it out to James. James kicks in towards the forward pocket. The man in front was Cummings, lost it. The ball comes out towards Adam McCarthy. He lost it to Hawkins, his teammate, so he wouldn't be too disappointed with that. Hawkins turns around, drives out towards Baldwin, and the ball is over about 65 metres out from Collingwood's goal as they come in from the righter stand angle, kicking to the Yarra Falls end. Fitzroy 9-14-68, Collingwood 6-12-48. We'll play just a minute 30 in the final quarter.
Skills at three-quarter time.
Just now, Tim, and it's 12-14, 86 Geelong, 7 points up on Adelaide, 12-7, 79.
Okay, we'll get perhaps a comment from you in a while after a goal was kicked here at Victoria Park. Fitzroy worked the ball from the throw-in around to the wing, and it's over the boundary line again, below the rider stand on the northern side. Fitzroy 9-14-68. Collingwood 6-12-48. The Magpies have kicked 6 for the day. They need at least 4 in the last quarter. From the throw-in, Fitzroy with the ball bottled up out there. Take it over the line again. Another throw-in coming up.
Pretty grim up top there, Tim, with Ronnie Richards, Dan Magro, and Lee's on the phone, of course.
Oh, it'd be interesting to be a fly on the wall up there. Monkhorst in ruck for Collingwood against Dent. Brings it down to Russell. His kick semi-smothered. Knocked Collingwood's way accidentally by Atkins. Up towards half forward. Rowe has it. Tries to slither out of a pack. Gets a hand pass in the direction of Alan Richardson. He's under pressure in midfield. Atkins gets in underneath and is awarded a free kick for a pretty soft-looking high tackle. Soft free, that is. Atkins kicks in towards half forward. His target is Bruce. Can't take the mark. Another promising performance from that youngster. Off the pack, Williams of Collingwood knocks the ball, retrieves it. Hand passes creatively to Russell. Forward of the centre now. Into half forward, but the kick doesn't have the carry. And Rocker is behind. And it is easy for the Fitzroy defence. Paxman takes the mark. Inside the defence of 50. He kicks towards the Knotty, who doesn't let him down.
Takes the mark and plays on too. Runs away from Patterson. Just gets his kick in though. Kicks up towards the half-forward flank. The ball on the bounce. A chance for Fitzroy. They can't control it. In fact, it's gone over. Bruce it was. It also Burns for a throw-in. Just down from the wing to our left. As we broadcast from the media centre on the southern side of Victoria Park. Fitzroy by 20 points. Boundary throw-in. Knocked down by Boyd. Burns was there. Got the front position. Oh, it's Wild, in fact. Wild is being harassed. And the ball has gone over almost right below us. Fitzroy 68. Collingwood 48. David Mackay, what's happening at Waverley Park?
22-point lead to Fremantle at the 3-minute mark. It's Fremantle 12-8-80, leading St Kilda 9-4-58.
Other scores in just a moment. Boundary throw-in taken by Russell Collingwood. Handball straight to Boyd of Fitzroy, who gives to Dent. Dent's a hand pass to Atkins. You'll need a good bounce. He does. Squeezes the hand pass down towards Lamb. Lamb doesn't kick very long, and he's offline and to the left and through for a behind. So Hogg has kicked 4 behinds, and Wayne Lamb has kicked 3 for Fitzroy. Score check, Fitzroy 9-15-68, Collingwood 6-12-48. Let's get the latest from the MCG. Tommy Hafey.
Yes, Melbourne have gone further ahead. They're 12-9-81, leading Sydney 6-8-44, 37 point in front.
Probably still three-quarter time at Cardinia Park. We'll hear from Skilt shortly. Now, Collingwood work the ball to their attacking side of the centre. Monkhorst was held by Zanotti and takes a free kick. He wants to move quickly. He had to go and retrieve the ball. He hurries back to get into a position to kick it. We've played nearly 5 minutes. The Magpies have made no progress. Monkhorst sits it up. Hawkins with the flight of the ball. Almost a miraculous mark. He controls the footy and chips it perfectly finds a teammate in Cummings. He kicks towards Boyd, who takes a fine mark. A hand pass to the running Baldwin. From behind the wing, puts Fitzroy into attack. Malloy and Krzyzka right in to give Collingwood the numbers, but Malloy beats them. He knocks the ball on. Bizzotto runs onto it at the 50. Can't pick it up. Malloy soccers it on another 20. Over the boundary line for a throw-in. Fitzroy's right forward pocket. Persistence paying off there. Malloy and Bizzotto battling together and keeping the ball deep in attack for the Lions at the 5.5-minute mark.
They lead by 21 points, 25 out from their goal. Knocked in towards goal by Dent from the boundary throw in. Picked up by Lamb. Hand pass to a Fitzroy player who has a shot for goal. He likes it, I think. No, it's just offline. Just wait and see who it was, that Fitzroy player. Boyd, sorry. Gee, he's been a terrific player today. Just sitting back in admiration of his game. Collingwood 6-12, Fitzroy 9-16 at Victoria Park.
Skiltzy are playing in the last quarter.
Not yet, Tim.
Just repeat that three-quarter time score.
12-14, 86. 7-point leaders Geelong over Adelaide, 12-7, 79.
Ball back in play. Krzyzka marks for Collingwood. A hand pass to the running Wild, who kicks beyond the centre, but Zanotti is in the way again. He chips through the centre. Sir Douglas. Hawkins marks. He plays on. The old bloke's had a bounce. He pumps the hand pass to Atkins. Atkins gets it onto Lamb. Backwards to Boyd. 45 out. He snaps at goal. It is offline. Another behind. Fitzroy 9-17, 71. Collingwood 6-12, 48. But the Magpies are not playing like winners, Crackers, Keenan.
Not at this stage, and you've really got to look at it. They just cannot get the ball down the forward line. Actually, they're having trouble just getting the ball, and that's a bit of a concern if he's trying to win a football game.
Brad Boyd must be only 30 possessions. He's kicked 1 goal, 4 from the kick-in by Pert up towards the middle. Zanotti there. Tackled a bit high. The umpire said no play on. Collingwood jumpers everywhere in the binoculars. Picked up by Rowe. Rowe runs to the point of the square. Draws a player. Handballs to Williams. He's 45 metres out. It's coming back and he's put it through for his third. 3 goals to Williams. 7 minutes in the final term at Victoria Park as the board updates the scores. Fitzroy 9-17, 71. Collingwood 7-12, 54.
I thought there was a fight on below us. I think it's a couple of mates having a bit of fun, giving a good impersonation of a pair of Liverpool kisses. All grounds, David Mackay.
23-point lead to Fremantle with Burrow shooting for goals. Fremantle 12-9, 81, leading St Kilda 9-4, 58, 6.5 minutes gone. Bobby.
Play just started, no score yet. 12-14, 86. Adelaide 12-7, 79. Tommy.
Yes, we've got a 39-point lead to Melbourne. 12-11, 83. Sydney 6-8, 44.
Fitzroy win it out of the centre. I thought Johnson had taken a mark for them, but the umpire called it touched off the boot that had driven it in towards centre half forward. The young bloke's not too happy. But the umpire obviously was close to the scene and indicates, slapping one hand on the other, that he called touch ball off the boot. Now from the ball up, between centre and half forward for Fitzroy, Hawkins over the top of it, forces another bounce. It's not over yet. Collingwood back within 17 points. 8.5 minutes in. And the Lions just haven't been able to quite win the game as yet. They would rue it if they lose, because they really have been the better team all day. At the ball up, James takes it out of the air. Scrambles a kick to the centre for the Magpies. It's in hot dispute. Rowe for Collingwood. In fact, they've got 4-on-1. Patterson and Williams are there as well. Williams runs onto it. Fumbles at the first go. Bizzotto tries to knock it away. He knocks it to Hassel. Hassel to Russell to Williams. A goal. A point. He missed. He was 10 metres. A goal. No, it's a point. It was a point. My apologies. Williams 10 metres out, snapped at goal, behind. 9-17-71 to 7-13-55. 9 minutes in.
Well, he tried to check side the kick. It was a bad check, to coin a phrase, and it slid off his toe and went sideways to the right. Now the kick in from that behind for Collingwood, out wide to Barker, who was hurt a moment ago when Collingwood had that flurry forward. But he's back on his feet and he's marked outside 50, just down from the main scoreboard here at Victoria Park, as he kicks around the right-hand side of Collingwood. Malloy gets a push in the back from Krzyzka, and the ball runs down the Collingwood tunnel, where it's fielded there by a Collingwood official. Fitzroy 71, Collingwood 55. Close finish coming up, almost 10 minutes final term. In ruck is Dent. James there for Collingwood. Monkhorst is off the ground. Off the pack, it's taken by Patterson. Kicks to half forward, but dropping back is number 5 for Fitzroy. Barker gets a call out wide from Atkins. He's marked on the attacking side of the centre. He's got the sun in his eyes. He can't see Hogg lead. In fact, he's gone a bit late, but it might be a chance here for Holmes if he gets a good bounce. No, Perth does well. Gets the hand pass out to Russell. The troops were coming. Well, only one troop in Hogg, and Russell fisted the ball away rather than trying to take it, and is out towards the boundary on the outer side wing for a boundary throw in. Good time erosion by Fitzroy. Collingwood trail by, let me see, 16 points at the moment, 55-71. We've played 10.5 minutes final term.
Fitzroy with numbers at the pack as it's thrown in over the ball. Guard penalised for holding it. A free kick to Collingwood's Russell. Just forward of half-back. Fitzroy getting the staggers perhaps. Russell sideways finds Burns. Krzyzewska running off defence. Takes the hand pass from behind the centre. Lovely probing kick to half-forward. And Brereton soars over the pack and takes a delightful mark. He's outside 50. Rocker leads and then doubles back. 11 minutes in. Dermy from outside 50 kicks long towards goal. It's a wobbler. Didn't quite get hold of it. It's offline, and I think it's a behind. Yes, it is. A minor score to Collingwood. Fitzroy 9-17-71. Collingwood 7-14-56. David Mackay just due at Waverley.
29-point lead to Fremantle at the 10-minute mark. Fremantle 13-9-87, leading St Kilda 9-4-58.
Now the short kick in from the behind has been marked by Guard on the half-back flank. Time for you, Bobby Skilton.
13-point lead to Geelong, 13-14-92. Adelaide 12-7-79.
Kick by Guard up towards the wing position here at Victoria Park. A chance here for Adam McCarthy. He's almost been BAG the last couple of weeks, but a little bit quiet today. But he goes short to Zanotti, but they're still on the half-back line, Fitzroy. Score check, Fitzroy 9-17, Collingwood 7-14. The margin 15 points for the Roy boys. The kick by Zanotti from half-back. It's a shocker. Disposal-wise, it's been marked by Aaron James of Collingwood. Outside 50, he's defending, taking plenty of time. It's a kick in towards Mark Richardson. They'll need him. One grab. Yes, he gets it. He's still in the middle of Victoria Park, though. He gets the hand pass to Buckley by hand of Patterson. Patterson now chips the ball to centre half forward, hoping that Rockaboy gets one, and he does. 40 metres out directly in front. Saverio Rocker has marked.
Yeah, it looks like Collingwood runners are coming into the game now. They're starting to move the ball and a bit more positive, and Fitzroy players looking a little bit tired.
I'm just starting to remember a couple of days at Princess Park in the last 5 years where Fitzroy led all day and Collingwood overran them in the last quarter, although on one of those days Paul Roos kicked that famous last gasp goal for a Fitzroy win.
This is the Ronald Biggs plan.
Rocker, who's goalless so far,
Great
from
escape.
40 metres out directly in front. The drop punt is... He's straight through the middle. He's kicked it. A goal to Collingwood, kicked by Rocker. Score check at Victoria Park. We might have the close one. In fact, I think we just about have. Fitzroy 9-17-71. Collingwood coming home with a wet sail. 8-14-62. The Roy's by 9 points.
Just check Tommy Hafey at the MCG.
Yes, Melbourne 13-11-89, leading Sydney 7-9-51.
And David Mackay of the Dockers got it 1 at Waverley.
Well, they lead by 35 points, Tim, at the 12-minute mark, so they've got a very good show from here.
Sounds pretty good. The other close one might be at Geelong. The Cats aren't over the line yet. At the ball up, it's knocked sideways. Boyd, the indefatigable Fitzroy leader over it. Baldwin lends a hand pass on to nobody. Can they make something of it? Baldwin has another go. He's held when not in possession. A Fitzroy free kick. Advantage called as they play on and kick into half forward, but it's not advantageous because Alan Richardson's in the way. He marks for Collingwood. He kicks back towards Buckley on the wing. Fisted away by Malloy to the boundary line for a throw-in. Forward of the wing for the Lions. Between the wing and their half-forward flank as they go to the Sherrin stand end in the last term. They lead by just 9 points. It's the closest Collingwood have been for a long, long time. At the throw-in, Malloy beats James. Fists at Fitzroy's way, back to the boundary line. Another throw-in up towards the half-forward flank.
Chris Curran's now on Brad Boyd. Again, they're trying to keep him down, but Boyd keeps on getting the ball.
The Roy's by 9 points to Victoria Park. Boundary throw in front of the rider stand. Up goes James of Collingwood. Takes it, but he claimed by Malloy and loosed the ball feebly. A ball comes to Wild, heading out towards the boundary on the far side from us. It's been worked over by Fitzroy. There's going to be a push. Fitzroy's free kick to be taken by Boyd again. Must be nearly 30 possessions, Jack. 29 possessions for the skipper. Has been totally inspirational. We're nearly 15 minutes into the term. We've got the timekeepers right beside us here, but I won't do a Channel 7 on you. We'll keep it right till the siren goes.
Now,
Boyd now from the wing. Drives in towards half forward near the Bob Rowe stand. Up they go. Can't mark through the pack. It comes from left sea. It's picked up by Dent. Dent kicks towards the forward pocket. It came from Adam McCarthy, the hand pass. And it's out of play just near the visitors' race here, where the Fitzroy players come out in that forward pocket at the railway end of Victoria Park. Fitzroy hanging on grimly by 9 points.
They just can't kick a goal in this last quarter. That's what they need to stem Collingwood's thrust. Now Watson gives it to Russell, who runs across the goal face and hand passes to Alan Richardson in the other pocket. He's in a bit of trouble. He beats 2 tacklers and a sure left foot kick finds Wright, who runs through half back. He has a bounce. Great turn of pace. Has another bounce. Hand pass to the running Williams on the wing. It eludes him. He has to chase it out to the boundary line. He's got it now. Swings in towards half forward. The spoilers from everywhere. Off the pack though Buckley. Hand pass doesn't hit the target and the Lions force it back to the boundary for a throw-in, with the Collingwood fans screaming that it was deliberately out of bounds. 75 from goal on Collingwood's right half-forward flank. The Lions 71, the Magpies 62. Mark Richardson tried to take it out of the air. Buckley had it for a moment and lost it. Boyd gives it to Atkins. He tunnels the left footer back towards the wing, close to the line, and Guard finishes the job, takes it over. A lot of booing here today. Just Collingwood side of the outer wing. Fitzroy 9-17, Collingwood 8-14.
Just 2 goals scored in the final term, and James knocks it down from the boundary throw, and Boyd was there, applies a tackle on Curran. The ball's still on the ground. Guard is there, hovering over the ball. Ball they call the Collingwood supporters, a little unfairly, and there'll be a ball up. Clock showing 16 3/4 minutes in the final term. Just 2 goals scored.
Skilts, we might just check you as the other close game.
An 8-point lead to Geelong, 13-15-93. Adelaide 13-7-85.
A ball up on the wing between wing and centre here at Victoria Park. Umpire Hayden Kennedy to restart play. Russell knocks it down for Collingwood. He also falls on top of the ball, and there'll be another ball up. Fitzroy 9-17-71. Collingwood 8-14-62. Beyond 17 minutes. Both the timekeepers enjoying the match beside us here. James up in ruck, but Hogg is there too. Left it behind. Burton went through and left it behind. A chance for Wild, trying to nudge the ball out while he's on the ground at all fours. Can't do so. Good time erosion again by the Roy boys. And there'll be a ball up for the 3rd time in about 60 seconds within about 15 metres of the original ball up. Collingwood 62, Fitzroy 71.
Won't be a long quarter, just 2 goals kicked, as Peter said. We've gone nearly 18 minutes at the throw-in. Barker has it for the Lions. Kicks at 10 metres their way, but taken for Collingwood by Burns. He swings to half forward. No one can mark. Fitzroy was numbers at the fall. Patterson emerges. A hand pass to Russell, who lines them up 30 metres out and puts it through. Russell second. Brings the Magpies to within 3 points at the 18 1/4 minute mark of the last term. Fitzroy 9-17-71, Collingwood 9-14-68. We'll just check the margins around the ground. David Mackay.
Fremantle cruising to a win. They lead by 52 points at the 17-minute mark.
Skilts.
Geelong by 2 points at the 10-minute mark.
Tommy Hafey.
Melbourne 37 points.
Back in the middle of Victoria Park. Umpire Richard Williams centre bounce. It's a perfect one. Up they go. Taken by Malloy. Delivers the hand pass to Atkins, but he left it behind. The ball comes out of the pack. Dent was there. It goes straight to Richardson. That's Mark of Collingwood. Kicks towards half forward. Off the pack, a chance for Holmes. He's paddling the ball the wrong way. Gets out of it. Oh, no good tackle by Brereton. Holmes' hand pass across the half-back line. Bizotto. He tried to look for the boundary with a toe poke. Couldn't find it. Picked up by Williams. Kicks in towards goal. And I think he's put Collingwood in front. Williams has kicked his ball. 2 goals in 30 seconds while the Pies have put them in front by 3 points at Victoria Park. Score check. It's Fitzroy 9-17-71. Collingwood 10-14-74. And someone's got the key to their jail, crackers, because they've just gotten out of it.
All those people of Ye of Little Faith, Tim Lane, who appeared. Remember the coffin? I said there was a hand out, and it was Paul Williams' hand. He just didn't know that. Lovely goal.
I can't get over these supporters. Suddenly they look happy. At the bounce, there's an infringement. A Fitzroy free kick. We are seconds away from the 20-minute mark.
50 metres.
Against Francisco, the first one, Tim.
Oh, 50-metre penalty, and the free kick will be taken now from within about 45 or 50 metres of goal. The man on the mark, 45 metres out.
Richardson punched the ball away after the decisions made. Just punched it as far as he could in a 50-metre penalty.
Jared Malloy with the ball. Well, this is the moment. We've crossed the 20-minute mark and we're in time on. Collingwood has grabbed the lead, and Malloy can grab it straight back in contentious circumstances. In he comes. Left foot kick. Right foot kick. Lovely long high ball, but off direction. A minor score. And Fitzroy are goalless in this last quarter. The Magpies lead by 2 points. 10-14-74 to 9-18-72.
A vital kick in by Gary Pert at the railway goal. He's gone short. No, he's gone a bit longer than short to Russell, who leads out wide and takes the mark in front of the Social Club. Coming around the right-hand side of the ground. Yes, skirting the boundary line. Out there is Holmes. Fist the ball away from Brereton. Hogg is there, applies a high tackle on James. Ball picked up by Krasiska. Kicks to half forward. Rowe takes the mark as he pushed into it. No, yes, maybe the free kick, yes, but pushing it back. So Collingwood go forward again. Rowe's got the ball about a kick and a half out. Drives it long. Out towards the scoreboard. Paxman does well. Punches the ball away from Rocker. Atkins gets there along with Wild. A boundary throw in. 21 minutes played, final term. The Magpies getting the lead in the dying moments of this match. They lead by 2 points, 74-72. Football around Australia. Thrilling football on 3LO. Boundary throw and other ABC stations as well, but you know who you are. The ball taken by Brereton out of the pack. Delivers by hand towards Patterson, I think it was, who kicks in towards the forward pocket. Didn't travel too far. Close to the boundary. Here's a chance now. It's a goal to Collingwood. Has it been kicked by Wild? Patterson. And the Magpies lead by 8 points. What a final term as Fitzroy hit the brick wall. Stephen Patterson had 2 kicks in that build-up and finally put it through from the forward pocket on the run. Collingwood 11-14-80. Fitzroy 9-18-72.
Let's just check Bobby Skilton in the close game at Kardinia Park. Skilts.
15-minute mark, Geelong by 3 points. 94-91.
We'll be there for the closing stages down at Kardinia Park. It looks as though the Magpies have stolen it. 22 minutes in, they're 2 kicks in front. At the ball up, Adam McCarthy. High ball for Fitzroy, but Buckley marks on his chest. The Magpies have kicked 5-0 in the last quarter. Buckley in towards half forward to Williams, who's been the prime mover, really. He's been the finisher for them. He has to fight hard for this on the ground. Support comes from Hassel. Backwards with a hand pass to Patterson, who soccers on. In towards the 50 at half forward. Hogg over the ball for Fitzroy. Immobilised at the bottom of a pack, and there'll be a bounce. Collingwood 11-14-80. Fitzroy 9-18-72. At the other grounds, the Dockers have St Kilda beaten at Waverley. The Demons have the Swans done at the MCG. It's a thriller at Kardinia Park. The Cats by a kick. At the ball up, Russell emerges for Collingwood. Hand pass to Hassel in attack. He snaps towards goal, but it's offline. A minor score. Collingwood 11-15-81. Fitzroy 9-18-72. And Crackers, this is the happiest I've seen you look all day.
Yes, well, it has been an indifferent day, hasn't it?
Kick in by Paxman. Fitzroy only had 1 on 2. Up goes Cummings. He does well. And he had a couple to beat. Couldn't mark it. Then the kicks the ball up towards the wing. Up goes Krasiska, but he goes to ground. Malloy there. The ball picked up by Wild. Is it? No, it's Burns out there. Number 17. Got the hand pass to Krasiska. Pretty steady. Runs past the Collingwood race. Drives up the half forward. Off the pack. It's taken by Karen. Gives the hand pass to Hassel. He's caught there by Adam McCarthy, and McCarthy will get the free kick.
Oh, it's got to be 50.
No 50. He's on the half-back line. So not much time for Fitzroy to get a couple of goals. Collingwood have got it 1, I'd say.
Buckley played on and thumped the ball 50 metres down the ground. Now, does the umpire make a judgment that he didn't hear the whistle? He was 5 metres away from the scene of the crime. Everyone else heard it.
Collingwood by 9
Got bad
points.
ears.
Now, the kick by that Fitzroy player from half-back up to the half-forward. Aaron James up marks on the point of the square at centre half-back. Now, the Fitzroy player stole the ball, I think, away from him. That was Johnson, and James is going to get it and have his kick. He'll slow things down as he gives the hand pass to Krasiska out wide towards the Collingwood race to Russell, and he'll really slow things down. Out there is Mickey McGuire and Gabriel. Gubby's directing traffic from that little stool next to Big Al, and he goes short to Krasiska, and they really are eating up the clock at the moment. Collingwood 11-15. Fitzroy have been gallant today, but they just haven't met the final hurdle, the final term. The kick by Krasiska. From wing to half forward, up goes Richardson. That's Mark on the ground. Collingwood player looking for a free kick. It was Burton. Through the pack comes Atkins. Hand pass to Notty. Pumps the hand pass outside 50, which taken by Guard. Guard out wide. Sees somebody. That was Cummings. Francisco and Easy's ball as Cummings had to wait. Beloy overruns the ball. A chance further down the field for Fitzroy's Cummings again. Kicks it towards the half forward. Still about 2 kicks out. It's the Fitzroy mark. And it's been taken by Johnson. Johnson now near the point of the square. Backs his judgment and in his quarters he's trying to get around his Collingwood opponent. But the loose ball goes to Guard. A hand pass to Malloy. Malloy kicks in towards the forward pocket where, let me see, it's Adam McCarthy who can't mark. And he gets the hand pass away. Although he goes for a check side kick. And it's a mag. Or did he hit the post? Well, from about 30 out up against the boundary. Check side kick and just shaved the post. And that was probably Fitzroy's last chance. They moved to 73 and Collingwood 81.
8-point lead and playing on in defence. Pert runs to the back pocket and then thumps his kick almost to the wing. Front position, Williams takes it by Mark and runs away from Dent as the Magpies build the attack again. He kicks towards Rocker, out in front, can't take the mark at the fall of the ball. The Lions have it. Clearing kick out of defence by McGregor and it lands on the chest of Lamb of Fitzroy just forward of half back. Gives Russell the old heave-ho as he swings him away, wanting to get back to take his kick. Kicks out to the wing and Dent takes the mark, plays on around a tired Richardson, drives the Lions forward. They have to goal here to have a chance, and they might because Barker's taken the mark just inside 50. They have to kick a goal and then straight out of the centre kick another. Barker from on the 50 kicks it long and straight. It's a goal. The Lions are still alive at the 26 3/4 minute mark, and they've roosted the ball back to the middle to get the game restarted. Collingwood by 2 points, 11-15-81. Fitzroy 10-19-79. Just before Curly Austin, Bobby Skilton.
Geelong by 10 points, 14-17-101. Adelaide 14-7-91.
John Barker back to full forward.
Yep, back here at Victoria Park. Collingwood by 2 points to timekeepers. No, they haven't got their hand on anything at the moment. So there's still a few seconds to go. There's the centre bounce. It's a perfect one. Up they go. It's 50-50. Baldwin comes. No, he had it then lost it. Picked up by Rowe of Collingwood. Gives the hand pass across to Wild. Collingwood go forward. Kicks up the half forward. Paxman comes out. Should have marked that. McGregor there, but he runs in towards Mark Richardson. No, it's Rocker there. Rocker 40 metres out. Goes short. It's all Collingwood. They've taken the mark a few metres out. James's mark. Run into an open goal, and he's put it through for Collingwood. Aaron James gets his second. And it's all over here at Victoria Park as we go up to 28 minutes. 1 minute to go. All right. Collingwood 12-15-87. Fitzroy 10-19-79.
Let's check the other grounds. David Mackay is it over at Waverley.
All but Tim, 65-point lead to Fremantle at the 27-minute mark. Fremantle 19-11, 125, leading St Kilda 9-6-60.
We'll get to the others shortly. Play restarts here, a minute or so to go at Victoria Park. Collingwood again by 2 kicks, and they win 20 metres out of the middle. Ball in dispute. Williams heroic for the Magpies over the top of it and forces a ball up. And he's been one of the heroes of the revival. He's kicked 4 goals, and he was kicking them even when Collingwood couldn't. Well, the rest of those around him. He's kicked 4 out of the dozen. 12-15-87 to 10-19-79. 28.5 minutes gone. At the bounce, Richardson climbs high for the Magpies. Gets it down to Curran. Left foot kick to Rocker. Can't mark. Derby, you're a chance in the forward pocket. Under the scoreboard. Hooks it across the body. Oh, it's a great kick. Hasselmark kicks a goal. And Magpie fans erupt as Collingwood have it won. They had kicked 7-1 in the last quarter to lead 13-15-93 to Fitzroy 10-19-79. And how shattering for the Lions to have this game won for 3 quarters. They should have had it won. They didn't know how to win it. Bobby Skilton, what's the score at Geelong?
22-minute mark. Geelong by 16 points. 15-17-107. Adelaide 14-7-91.
Tommy Hafey.
Yes, sirens sounded here. Melbourne win by 4 goals, 1. 25 points. 15-12-102. Sydney 11-11-77.
From the centre bounce at Victoria Park, just seconds remaining. Collingwood leading by 14 points. From the centre bounce, it's Boyd getting the hand pass out the Guard. Wide of centre, kicks Fitzroy forward up towards the Collingwood Social Club. There's the siren. It's all over Victoria Park. Collingwood by 14 points, scoring 7 goals to 1 in the final term. Have run all over Fitzroy to win by 2 goals to. The final score, Collingwood 13-15-93 to Fitzroy 10-19-79.
And is that Ronald Biggs I see running across the ground to congratulate the Magpies, Crackers?
It was an emphatic win by Collingwood.